And I almost hit start recording, still start streaming. You know?
Oh, look at us. We're all chibi.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go live in three, two, one.
Oh.
Woo. And it's the loading screen, the starting soon screen. They can hear us on that if you wanna tell us about your sandwich. What did you do since you woke up?
Oh, okay. Well, I woke up really early this morning, like the earliest I've woken up in a long time.
What is your
But that's
definition of
because I have a
early?
puppy now. Well, normally I used to wake up between like 10 in the morning and noon. Now it's like 7 or 8 in the morning. So yeah, I got a puppy 2 weeks ago, so she gotta go outside.
Ooh, it makes you healthy then.
No.
Again, a puppy.
To be fair, active since I got the dog. But yeah, I got the puppy. I took her outside. I went and bought the stuff to make that sandwich at the store. Ate a sandwich and went back to bed because I didn't have to be here yet.
Wait, so you're in bed right now? Is it a bed podcast?
No. I'm in my
The
room
bed
now.
podcast.
I'm out of bed. I'm out of bed.
We can do a bedcast one day. Do a slumber party. Bedcast.
Oh yeah,
Bedcast.
yeah, slumber party. I'd love
I'd fall
that.
asleep.
Slumber party. Hello everyone. Hello Anthony, Nyx, Foxy Glove, Rooted Moon. How are you doing? And welcome to episode 25? 25, right? Episode 25 of Nameless Vtuber Podcast. Woo! And hello to PKM for me. Thank you so much for the follow. And today, let me lower the music a bit. I am MsElboim, a D20 mimic VTuber, doing D&D tower reading, gaming, and variety streaming. And I'm joined by my co-host Nyx. Give us an introduction.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nyx Oleander. I'm a half light elf, half dark elf, who is also the co-host of the NVP Podcast. I play one too many horror games and currently addicted to Subnautica.
Woo! And we're joined by our fabulous guest for today, Celeste. Please give us an introduction.
Hi there. I am CelesteTheElf. I am a elf VTuber, formerly known as Boob Elf, for some of you OG people. I play a lot of horror games, and I like to vibe in my community.
Woo!
Yay!
And what brings you here today?
Oh, well, you asked me to be here.
Oh yeah, that's the best answer. We actually talked for like 10, 15 minutes right now, so the
Yeah,
small talk is beyond. Let's do some small talk with the audience. Actually, let's start with we talked a bit about the homework we did last week. We have these
Yes.
3 goals. We're gonna set 3 goals for today as well. Celeste, you're gonna join us, and we're
Okay,
gonna
okay.
see what kind of small goals for the week to improve your VTubing. And I was supposed to use the Twitch discovery page to check if the tags do anything, and I changed all of my tags, and I'm completely utterly confused with the results because it shows me tags that I don't have now. It shows me tags that the new tags don't really work, and maybe like, one week is not enough. I mean, like a month of checking the tags. So I'll keep an eye out on the tag next week. Um, but I've been thinking, maybe you talked about this last week, but I've been thinking that the tags not only draw different people, it also draw different specific type of people. If I'm gonna write anime, it will draw in people who watch anime. If I'm gonna write in Europe, it will draw in people from Europe and so on. So you gotta also think of the audience that you bring. And Nix, I believe you also you said
I
something with the tags.
I did. So I said I was gonna try completely new tags, and so I'm pulling up my discovery right now. And so let's see. I did a stream last night, and it looks like VTuber is still a very popular one, with 48 impressions but no clicks. Study with me had 22, which my stream last night was only an hour long, and so it had 22 impressions within that hour. However,
That
again,
tag called Study With Me.
But it had no actual like views, but it did get impressions. EN VTuber, my first time using it, got 20 impressions and 1 view. English got 6, surprisingly. 6 impressions.
Wait, you had an English? You have English tag on top of the because it's going to put you. Stream language is set to English on my end, so it's
Mhm.
gonna put an English tag automatically, I believe.
Ooh, I don't know. I put English tag for the first time and it got 6 impressions with one click.
Mm-hmm.
Again, my Vietnamese tag is still the highest views with three views and 17 impressions. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
so when I was playing Subnautica, I put the word ocean, I guess. I got 5 impressions. I got 5 impressions, but 0 views. But I also definitely felt like when I changed these tags, it definitely, I feel like personally, it had an impact on my chat, just because I feel like not a lot of people were there anymore. And now I don't remember what my original tags were.
Taking a
no.
picture.
Oh man, this made me look up my own tags to see what was going on there.
Yeah, tell us what's your tags. What do you have there?
So it looks like I have Booba, with 151 impressions.
Oh, wow.
So, according to my understanding, impressions is how many times it will appear in the browsing and search and front page on Twitch, and views is when people click on the impressions.
Okay, so it got 27 views.
So 27 people out of 151 clicked on Booba when they saw that.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's really good, right?
That is really good.
And then it looks like VTuber, I got impressions 147, and then 14 people clicked on that.
14 out of how many?
147.
127. Wait. I want to go
How do
back
you spell it?
VTuber?
Yeah.
Just VTuber? Nothing special?
Yeah, just VTuber.
Because there's VTuber with spaces, VTuber with space after the V and such. But I
Nope.
saw that all of these get much less. Let's see. VTuber on my end is 346 impressions and only 2 views. When I think last week it was much more. It was more. Maybe it was 6 views. I'm not
Does it
sure.
also depend on how long you stream?
I guess this is the thing. We don't know so many things about this, and they could change rules of this system every day, and we don't know. We don't know the rules. We don't know anything. The only way to know that is to test it.
Yeah, because it looks like my other couple were ASMR with 61 and 8, and then Ing VTuber, so EN and VTuber, with 44 and 6. And then lastly, English with 15 and 2.
Because I've been bothered about the D&D tag. That D&D tag did not do anything for me right now. It's 18 impressions and 0 views. And for someone who's doing a lot of D&D, I expected it to do more. Then I have the Jewish and Israeli tags that are doing pretty good, like 5 or 6 views with 200 or 300 impressions, which is not that good, but it's the best views that I have. All the cuties. Yeah, we're similar chibis today in a way.
Yes, we are all chibis.
How many tags are you allowed to put? Is there
10.
a limit for
10
tags?
tags. You can put 10 tags. And then there's the old tags, back sitting gaming allowed and first playthrough. I tried to put them right now, but I got like 3 impressions and 0 views this week. So I don't know if they're working. I want to try them one more week.
I'm kind of wondering if I should be re-rolling the ones that have less than 10 impressions then.
That's the question. That's what I tried doing, yeah.
That's what's our goal is, like, to get more impressions by trying new tags to see what's popular.
2 NVP in 1 week? No, only 1. It's the same. It's a new week.
Oh.
We had one last Thursday, and now we have Wednesday. But we're moving to Wednesday. Yeah, it's a new week, Coco.
It's a new week.
You missed a week. Yeah, I was sick for like 4 days, so I didn't stream for a while. I confused everyone.
Maybe because we did D&D together on Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, could be.
Maybe.
Trip and fell and hit my head. I will say that my most successful tag right now, I think, is male VTuber. It's 2 views for 200 impressions. So that's 1%. 1% people see that, click. And that's really bad, but it's better than my other tags, and it's twice as better than VTuber. So here's just a theory. Maybe people who see VTuber expect a female VTuber.
I found something
But when
new.
people search male VTuber, they expect a male VTuber. So that would make it double as useful in a way, and more successful. So we should also think of what the viewers would like to find.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I was just looking a little bit more, and I found, so like on the, for me at least, on views from Twitch on the browse page. So I at one point had ASMR, which had 1,878 impressions with 11 views.
Where did you find that?
So it's still under discovery, and then for
Discovery.
me it's under views from Twitch and browse page.
Browse page. Oh, I see. So, these are the categories that people look for.
Mm-hmm. And so I
I
had an
see.
ASMR tag which had like 1,800 impressions with 11 views. Subnautica had 367 impressions with 10
Oh,
views.
that's useful.
And then I did Duolingo last night. Just last night.
But it only shows me the last 3 categories.
I think it shows you the highest.
The highest, I see.
Because I had Duolingo last night for the first time just for an hour with 73 impressions and 8 views.
Oh, I see. Also, Foxy Golf says, "Hi, I'm Celeste. VTuber mom didn't make her a model. We just have a silly family VTuber. Hello, hello. Elba is really a woman. Really just using voice changer. Oh, maybe. Dangerous game. 2 elves, 1 dice.
It's very, very.
I feel like a massage is becoming more popular because it helps people calm down. Oh, like a voice massage. ASMR is very popular. And I'm looking at my categories. It's kind of worrying in a way because, again, I see Dungeons and Dragon and Cosmic Will Sister, which is a new game that came out last week, and nobody heard of it. Both of them got 17 viewers. The difference is that Dungeons and Dragon is almost 1,000 impressions, and the Cosmic Will Sister is 300 impressions. So Dungeons and Dragon got 3 times as much impressions, but the same number of views. What does that mean? Does it mean that people who search for Dungeons and Dragons skip on VTubers who play Dungeons and Dragons? Does that mean that Dungeons and Dragons more popular but less popular for VTubers? Maybe.
Man, what I'm learning is the tags are confusing.
Yep. It's amazing though that only after a year I'm starting to get into that.
Man.
I know,
I
I-
mess
Celeste-
around with them.
Celeste changing her
It's-
avatar when she speaks. She's a VTuber. She can change. She changes every form. You know. That's what
I
we do.
could too, but I just don't feel like it.
I'm like a Pokemon. I'm evolving.
There you go.
It's during the evolution. But we're not here today to talk about tags. We're actually here to talk about loot tubing, amongst other things, because Celeste is a loot tuber, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Someone, I believe your Twitter says loot tuber.
Big titty, yeah.
Big titty tuber.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's a
But-
question that many people ask me this year. How would you define a loot tuber? I want to hear your answers. What's a loot tuber?
Oh gosh. Well, honestly, a YouTuber can be whatever you want it to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a girl I smell?
Basically, a
Is that a
VTuber that
Is that an elf? I smell an elf. Can I see underwears? I can turn into the underwerewolf. Yeah, not the underwerewolf for them. Ignore that. That's my sound redeems.
okay. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like YouTuber is a big term, and it could be whatever specific YouTuber wants it to be.
No, but okay. I don't know what I want to ask. How would you define a LootTuber?
I
Let's say your
guess.
parents, your mom ask you, Celeste, I read this internet about LootTubers. What is that?
Or not even
well,
your parents. I think like if someone were to come up to you like on the street and ask you, "Hey, I just saw this new term. It's called LootTubers. Do you know what they are? Explain it to me."
I guess a VTuber that engages in some form of sexual activity. But
Hmm.
that activity is defined by the VTuber. How
Oh.
sexual do I want to be?
So it's more like a subjective tag that you put in yourself.
Yeah.
Depending on how you feel like, how sexual you feel you are.
Yeah, because like some VTubers are full-ended and they do hentai stuff.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, other ones just post hentai and make boob jokes like me.
This year, I think if someone would ask me, what's a LootTuber, I would say someone who posts actual porn or hentai on their Twitter. Um, or someone who's very open about their sexuality in a way. It's really hard. It's really a rubber-like definition. I think my definition of a VTuber is more specific, like someone who actually does video content with a model. But then I know there's people who argue that VTuber is anyone who is a model, even if you don't do video stuff. You just have a PNG on Twitter, you're a VTuber. And there's other people who argue against that. So maybe it's kind of the same. Well, we want to hear about your adventures. How did you start as a VTuber? And did you know that you're a YouTuber since the beginning, or did you decide, or you're still undecisive, or?
Um, so my VTuber model started as a joke. Um, my mod and I were in a Taco Bell drive-through, and we're like, why don't we just make a big titty elf girl and
Oh God!
copy paste every big titty elf from hentai and see what happens.
Oh my gosh.
And the joke was my name wasn't actually gonna be Celeste before. It was gonna be Titania because tits are
Tits.
isn't that?
I'm like,
kinda-
Digiko hear that? Oh my God! If Digiko hears that, she's gonna explode.
And then like everything was gonna be boob related. That was the joke. But it kind of just evolved into what? Like let's actually make this a thing and like let's become a VTuber, LootTuber, whatever's going on.
Oh my gosh.
So it went from a Taco Bell joke to hi, here I am.
Why did it stay? I mean, it's still your models have giant booba. Actually, let me show a clip of Celeste here, so you can all see her in action. Because this PNG is very modest. You ready? Nyx, are you gonna show the clip as well on your
I
end?
am not, because I am having issues.
Okay, you're not gonna see it here, and you can check out Celeste. Let me give a shout out to Celeste, and everyone can see her. Shout out Celeste the Elf. Please follow her. Check her out if you like Big Booba, and this is her. It's a burr.
I think that's my most modest outfit too.
But they
Really?
can see the boobs, the big
Yeah.
physics.
Yeah, because my other outfits are boobs are out for a run. That's all I can say. Cow bikini and my adventure outfit, they're both
Hmm.
boobalicious.
How long have you been a VTuber?
Uh, year and a half.
A year and a half.
Wow.
That's me and Nyx
Yeah.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a year and a half, something like that.
I still have 4 more months until I hit a year.
Did you like me? Also, Coco is saying, and it's something that we're gonna talk about today. Don't cancel me for my opinion. I don't like LootTubers, being honest. Majority of the LootTubers who just have a thin clothes or their breast and don't actually know how to interact with the community. So they just end up trying to make everyone horny, so that at least they have like 10 viewers for each stream. And that's an opinion that exists. That's something that people worry about a lot.
Valid. I will say I'm not like that. I've collabed with Mimic before. I don't make everything about sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I make some boob jokes here and there, but like I try and keep all the horny on Twitter, I guess.
And even then,
Contain that.
even then, uh, even then, I feel like Celeste is a lot more modest compared to the other YouTubers. Every time she posts any kind of hentai or porn, she censors that. So you can click on the censor, uncensor on Twitter, and it's gonna be your fault for watching that.
Yeah,
She
Mm.
gives
yeah,
you a
yeah.
warning, and I think many YouTubers don't do that, and I really appreciate that.
It's
Uh,
consent, man. You want to
hmm
see tits? Click here. If you
Yeah,
don't,
exactly.
scroll.
And also, it's cartoon tits. She's not actually showing us her real life booba every second like some
Nope,
other
just some
YouTubers do.
good elf boob.
hmm She got the NPC chill.
I do got that NPC chill.
Also known Celeste, she's a big goofball that says some lewd things, so not a whole lot. I feel like Celeste. I actually this year, whenever I talked about YouTubers on stream, I brought Celeste every single time. And she
Every
just
single
like,
time.
every single
Every
time, like
single time your name was mentioned. Because
yeah,
I was like, I don't like YouTubers except for Celeste.
except for Celeste,
Except for
because
Celeste.
I like feel I say I have an issue with YouTubers, and the issue is that in this first half a year I've been involved with a lot of YouTubers. I followed a lot of YouTubers, and there's been so much drama revolving around YouTubers that one day I just decided to unfollow many YouTubers. Every YouTuber I had, I just unfollowed them, except for a very small amount. And then there was Celeste, and I'm like, wait, she's a YouTuber, but she's such a nice person. So she's like the complete opposite of everything that I knew. And every time I spoke kind of against YouTubers, I was like, except Celeste, she's like the nicest person I know because
Well,
I thought, what if someone would go, hey, you hate YouTubers, but you collab with Celeste, she's a YouTuber, that's a double standard.
I think a big thing of it is I stay out of the LootTuber community too. Like I
Hmm.
just do my own thing. I don't really interact with other LootTubers or clickbait
The
things.
clickbait, yeah, the clickbait.
I'm just
uh,
like it's boobs. You're here for boobs. There's no clickbait.
I feel like there's the there's the YouTuber and then there's the attention-seeking tuber, which can be lewd, cannot be lewd. Usually, the ones I've seen attention-seeking are lewd as well, but not necessarily. My issue is not with the YouTubers; it's with the attention-seeking tubers. It's just that many times I've seen them at the same time. Um, Celeste is the best to hang out with. I first collab with Celeste. We had so much fun. We completed what's the name of the game? Escape Simulator.
Sleep Simulator, yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
fun. Actually, I saw there's some 3 expansions now or 4 expansions. They're making a new
Yo,
expansion as well. Mhm.
yo, we need to get up on that.
Mhm. Maybe we should check it out again. Yeah, because the official rooms were so good. Then we played some fun rooms which were less good than the official
Oh,
one.
the cat ones, yeah.
The cat one, when you turn into cat. Oh my god, that was it like 2 or 3 hours. So long. So we're gonna talk about all kind of things today, but be prepared, everyone. Lootubing is gonna be a very big topic. But I want to start with the first topic, which is actually not lootubing. That's gonna be collabs versus solo. And if I can find the topic here, collabs versus solo. So first time I saw this is the story of how I met Celeste. I was looking for VTubers to collab with, and when you look for collabs, you usually go to Twitter. I don't know why Twitter is easy to find people. You can easily see their past. You can see the past few weeks or month what they've been doing, who they're interacting with. It's easy to judge a person. Um, and I usually do not interact with people that have more numbers than me because I used to do that in the past, and it's always either an ignore or a no, and it's like you need to deal with the rejection. And Celeste is double my numbers. She was double my numbers. What was it, a year ago? And she's still double my numbers. Um, so we both go up in the same speed. Amazing. And 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 she said, "Who wants to collab with me?" And she's double my numbers. She's like, I think she were like 10,000 followers back then. And I was like 5,000, maybe even less. And I've seen this 10,000 followers on Twitter who's asking for collabs. And I'm thinking there's no way she's gonna collab with me. And there was another YouTuber with roughly the same number who we did the same post who wants to collab with me. And I sent them, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna send a DM. I sent a message to both of them. Both of them answered, here's my schedule. Tell me the time. Tell me what games you like to play. I gave them my schedule. Celeste gave me an okay. The other person never returned to me. So we just ended up collabing. And then I saw during the year that Celeste she's a professional person, collaborator. She constantly put the list of her games on Twitter, the list of her schedule, um, and it's so easy to schedule with her if you like the same energy and so on. At the same time, I think Celeste, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you do more collabs than solo streaming.
Yeah, I really do.
So
Really?
how does that work for you?
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's not because I think I'm boring or anything. It's more so I just enjoy the company of other people, and I play games that I want a lot of people around for, and
Hmm.
things like that.
And when you stream, I mean, with others, you usually play games, right? Um, when you stream solo, if you stream solo, do you do games? Do you do just chatting? What do you do usually?
I still do games. Like I play Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff on my own, and Spookies on
Oh,
my
I
own.
see.
But usually, like I'm doing 2 to 3 collabs versus one solo stream per week.
Oh, so that's a lot.
So I have a
Yeah.
question. How does your community feel about that? Because I sometimes feel like my community does not talk or chat often when I'm collabing.
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, I don't really see a change between the two. Um,
Mm.
because I'm constantly talking to them and asking them questions and stuff
Mm-hmm.
and keeping the engagement up, they still it seems like they still don't care that there's another person there.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's all about like how you present it to like and like letting them know that they're not being ignored because there's somebody else there.
Mm.
But then, how do you balance that with the collab partners so they don't feel like they're being ignored?
Um, again, it's all about talking and communicating to people.
Yeah.
Um, basically, sometimes I will mute on Discord just so that it doesn't seem like I'm like I'll push to talk so it doesn't seem like I'm
Mm.
favoring the chat over one person, so they don't have to constantly hear me talking to chat versus. But like I try and make sure like for every one person I'm replying to in chat, of course I'm gonna be talking to my collab partner
Mhm.
too. It's just kind of a finding a healthy mix between talking to chat and talking to the collab partner, and making sure none of them feel left out.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
I did a lot of collabs in the first half of this year, and then I kind of slowed down on the collabs and did more solo streams.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like I lost a lot of my community that I had back then, which made me think that I unintentionally built a community that likes to watch collabs. And then when I played solo streams, they didn't really care for that. I didn't really
Mm-hmm.
treat collabs as kind of a genre or a category, in a way.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely vibe with that one. I kind of feel that sometimes too. Like, I'll notice on my solo streams maybe there's a lot less people, and I'm like wondering if it's possibly because the communities or the people I'm inviting to collabs are their communities are overlapping with mine.
Yeah.
So sometimes those people
Mm.
are only there to see those people on my stream.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, c'est la vie.
Yeah, and it's part of the mixing of communities, which is good. It's always good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I wrote some questions. I think the big question, maybe that's bothering me. When are you yourself? You know, when you're soloing or when you're collabing.
Always, always myself.
And are
Because
you?
if you try and change who you are, you're not gonna have fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you don't have to put on a show in front of someone else to be you.
Mm.
So
Also, I wrote those questions when I was sick, so if
no
anything
fever
sounds
dream
weird, like,
questions.
oh my god, it's a sick questions. I woke up today so good, but like last 4 days were horrible.
Ooh. Was it just like a regular
Oh,
cold or?
No, it was. It felt like I ate something bad, like a really severe
oh
food
no.
poisoning. But I can't point my finger on anything bad that I ate, so I have no idea what it was.
At least it's
Mm.
a Rona.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like after a war, but it's so much better now. What else? There's who chooses the games? How do you choose the games with your collabs?
um, basically, I just kind of like, hey, I want to play one of these 5, 6 games, and if anyone else wants to play them with me, cool.
Oh, that's interesting because I feel like when I do collabs with people, the biggest struggle, next to time zone, is finding a game to play. Because
yeah,
like,
that definitely is a struggle.
yeah, like other than time zone, I feel like finding a game is really the hardest because like you want to be like you want both people to be able to enjoy the game, and then it has to be something that you'll have fun on stream. And as of late, I've noticed a lot of people who finish like games don't want to play it anymore. But then there's other people who it's their first time playing it, and so when they say, "Oh, do you want to play this with me?" the person will goes, "Well, I already finished the game."
Mm. Yeah, I've run into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually when I scheduled with Celeste. Escape Simulator. I already played the first stage with Scruffy, and she didn't like it too much. But I really wanted to complete the game, so I told Celeste, "Listen, there's Escape Simulator, but I already played the first one. Do you want to keep going?" And I thought she was gonna say no, but she said yes. But usually it's so hard recently to find games to play. I don't know why, because well, you need a variety of games. You need a good connection with people in on the internet. If it's action-based games, you need a good server. You need the same time zone.
Mhm.
Usually, I first try to schedule a time zone, and then we're gonna work on the game.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
Hmm.
I post my Steam library, and I'm like, yo, pick something. I'll
Yeah,
tell you if I'm
that's smart.
into it.
So, do you have more people inviting you to a collab, or vice versa?
Um, honestly, I think people are afraid to approach me. Um,
So, do you say
Why do you
vice
think that
versa or vice
is?
versa? Not vice versa, right?
Vice
vice
Or
versa?
versa.
vice versa?
Vice versa?
Vice versa. Yes, I don't know why I heard vice versa.
Oh.
Something. Vice versa.
I think, yeah, people are scared to approach me because one, some people are not about boobs or tubing.
Hmm.
Um, but then the second thing is people look at the number and go, "Oh God, scary."
That's fascinating. I had a conversation recently with someone about there's some VTubers or some streamers who would complain, mainly VTubers, because collabing is such an important core tradition in VTubers. And there's VTubers who complain nobody invites me in a collab. And usually I would say something like, well, how about you invite others? Nobody's gonna invite you. You have to invite people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know of some girls, usually YouTubers, who get roughly 40 messages a day. Many of them invites on a collab.
Mm-hmm.
And guys usually don't get a single message like that. So I was wondering, as two girls, do you get more invitations for collabs? Less? How does that work for you?
So for myself, when I put out those tweets, I get a lot of invites.
Hmm.
People know, hey, I'm down to clown, I'm down to party. Let's play games. Um, when I'm quieter about collabing, I maybe get a couple every week, but not too many. But I feel like, yeah, because of the numbers people see, they get scared.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to approach the king. People are scared to approach celebrities sometimes, so I don't
So do
know.
you
Not
approach
not that I'm
instead?
saying. Yeah, so like if there is somebody I'm interested in playing with, I will definitely go up and be like, "Hey, yo, spend time with me.
Hmm.
I'm weird, you're weird, let's make it work." But other than that, I have mega NPC energy, so I usually prefer people approaching me.
Yeah, like all VTubers. Well,
Yeah.
I actually I prefer approaching people, but I also want people to answer like instantly. I approach, I want an instant answer right now.
Me, I left
VTubers.
Mimic on red.
Yeah, answer right now if you're available and when. And then it usually doesn't happen. Usually I have to wait like a day or so. So we got a
Mm.
really good question from Midwest in the chat. Do you play offline before or online to see how you mesh, or just go for it online to see?
Oh. I feel like with me personally, I tend to reach out for collabs. I've had like maybe one person ask me for a collab. Um Maybe 2. But I normally ask for people collabs, and then in terms of like that, I feel like I do everything through text first. So through Discord, I will message them for a little bit, see if the vibes match. And if they don't, then I kind of just leave it as that. Like, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, if I'm having like a continuous conversation with them, that's a good conversation and I actually do enjoy talking to them, then I ask them, like, do you want to do a collab? Which 90% of the time I've gotten yes. But then the first game that we play would be on stream.
For myself, I tend to creep people's streams.
Mm-hmm.
So I also have a team of mods that will creep their streams for me too.
Oh.
So I have four mods that I'll each send them a video and I'll be like, hey, is this a vibe? But we'll generally each watch a video from the person, see what's going on, have conversations with the person like in text. I do tend to do like a 30-minute Discord call nowadays to like see if the vibe checks out. Just because I've had some awkward situations where I just jumped into it and then I was like, oh, this is not comfortable at all.
Yeah. Can you
like
give us a vague, without mentioning any names, obviously, a vague experience of something like that?
Yeah, so vaguely this person showed up to one of my community times actually. They're like, hey, I want to collab with you. I was like, cool, come to the community time, hang out, you know, if it's a vibe, we'll do a thing. I was streaming the community time. We were playing like some horror game or whatever. But this person out of left field just said something that's TOS not friendly.
Oh no!
And I was like, you're done. Nope. Nope. That was something I'm never gonna collab with you now.
Wow.
You can take that risk. Yeah, that's
Yeah, and I was like, we were live. You knew we were live when you came in here. You know, my mods were there, thankfully. We didn't ban the person. We just kind of were like, hey, this is what you did. This is probably why I will not consider that. Just because.
Did you know that person or was it someone new?
It was someone new, but I and my mods explained, hey, you know, just based on the fact you came in and broke TOS right away, I don't think I'm comfortable putting my channel in jeopardy being around you. Because if you're that much of a loose cannon in front of like 8 people, I think were there. You know, I don't want to risk income I'm making off of Twitch and my channel because you wanted to say whatever you said.
Because you can't control yourself. That's an issue.
Yep. You know, and
we got a poll.
Sort of...
I didn't even see. She did a poll. Solo stream won 60% against collabs.
I mean, collaborating isn't for everyone. Some people excel at being on their own.
You know, when I'm thinking of myself as a viewer, I would actually rather watch a solo stream unless I know everyone in the collab. And maybe it's kind of like playing Among Us. I can't play Among Us with people that I don't know. I need to know every person in the collab. Otherwise, it's not going to be fun. We played, what was it last week? Town of Salem 2. Sordek invited me to play that with some other people. And during the session, we had not enough people, so they wanted to make a party and go play online. And even though I knew everyone in the party, it was less fun for me because I don't know anyone online. I don't want to play with random people. It was more fun playing with less people, but only people that I know. So I'm thinking about collabs. Let's say I go into Celeste stream and I see you collab with Nyx. Maybe I'll stay because I know both of you. But if I see you stream with, I don't know, Dark Naruto 1, 2, 3, 4, which I don't know, then maybe it's going to be less interesting for me.
And sometimes not every collab you enter, even though the person is really nice, sometimes you just don't vibe or it just isn't, you know, good content, you know?
You have to also think
Yeah.
if that collab person is good for your community.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. There's a couple that I'm like, you were extremely nice, but you've said something that offended my community, so sorry, not sorry. And I try and be like open about it, like if they ask me.
You're very open about things. Like even recently, you had some drama or something in your Discord, mini drama,
Oh yeah.
and you posted it on Twitter. So it made me ask, how open are you with it? Is it? I mean, some people will just hide it under the carpet,
No,
but you're
I'm
like, no, no,
pretty
here,
open.
look, everyone, this happens. This is something that someone told me. Don't do it, and don't be that person.
Don't be that person. Otherwise, I'm gonna explain to you. Hey, this was uncalled for the sake of the community. Eat, delete. Goodbye. And every time I like ban someone, if it's not apparent why they get banned, I explain it to them.
To the person who was banned.
Yep. Or one of my mods do.
Mm.
That's the rules. Like, hey, you did XYZ. That's why you're not here now. Goodbye.
And what's the reaction when you call out an action like this? People like it, people hate it. You get any reaction? People ignore it.
It's a mixed bag of nuts. Some people absolutely go, "Oh, I can see how that was potentially problematic. I'm sorry for doing that." And I'm like, "Cool, but you're not coming back." Other people are like, they double down on what they said.
Oh wow.
So it's weird. I'm like, the good old double down. Here we go. I'm not here to fight with you. We can go our separate ways. Still be cordial to each other. Goodbye.
Has anyone
Just-
picked a fight with you because of that? Like, actually picked a long-standing fight?
No, because I basically say, hey, I'm not gonna fight with you. We have two different opinions. They don't mesh. We can go our separate ways now. And I try not to engage with fighting because there's no point. Like, inherently, we're all people. We all think differently. You think that way. I think this way. Okay, goodbye.
You see, everyone, there's a reason why this whole year I'm mentioning Celeste as the perfect example of a YouTuber. This is how a YouTuber should be. I don't know if you think that about yourself, but I see you as such a role model, with so much knowledge and experience and self-discipline and the ability to stand in front of someone who's doing something bad and tell them no, like a bad dog, give him a smack on the nose and say no, we don't
No,
do
not
that.
even a smack. Spraying them with a water bottle.
Spray with a water bottle. No.
Down the go.
And whenever something bad happens, I remember Celeste and I remember this podcast. I'm like, you gotta say something. You gotta spray with a water bottle. Like Coco, I'm gonna spray Coco with a lot of water bottle later because I don't know if you saw in chat, he was like, I'm jumping stream because someone from PH is like, I don't care. No, Coco, we talked about this. No, you don't talk about other streamers in someone's chat.
Also,
And
relevant to what we're talking about, so I say it.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, it's not about me. It's about I might raid someone and bring Coco to their community. I feel like it's my responsibility to bring good viewers, you know what I mean? Good viewers who are not going to swear, are not going to say things against Twitch terms of service, are not going to talk about other streamers in someone's chat and so on.
Well, that's like going to McDonald's and then declaring you love Taco Bell and McDonald's is crap.
Exactly.
Like, why are you at McDonald's then?
He didn't say Taco Bell, improved. I told him that never mention other streamers, so he didn't say Taco Bell. Just I'm gonna eat somewhere else.
Why?
Please.
Why do I need to know that? Just go. just go. Do your thing. I don't need to know you're rejecting me right now. Do it.
Exactly. Now he's also to defend him a bit. He also does this the opposite. Sometimes he would come in and say, "Hey, other streamers boring, so I'm back here."
Okay, well, good on ya.
That's nice, but don't talk about other streams or other streamers in a chat. It's like
At least they're consistent, I guess.
yeah, that is true. I'm gonna spray him with a water bottle later.
Yeah, do it.
I can just imagine just holding up a spray bottle and just like, no, you don't do that.
No,
That's not allowed here.
Down.
Every time you say something, it's just a spray. No.
Also to everyone, before like 4 hours ago, I did a poll. I'm gonna post it here if you want to change the result. We're gonna check it out at the end. I asked if you find two VTubers that are exactly the same. Let's say both of them are elves, except one of them has gigantic booba and the other is completely flat. You must follow one of them, and you can never follow the other. Who do you choose? And then right before we started, it was, where is it? The results were 42% big booba, 57% small booba. So just by saying big booba or small booba, my Twitter 26 votes chose small booba 60%. And then Celeste retweeted that and said vote big booba. That was it.
Sorry.
And Nyx also did. I've been told everyone should vote small. And Celeste, in like 1 minute, she flipped the result.
Mm-hmm. It was actually so
Now
funny.
it's 38 votes and the results are flipped. 57% big booba, 42% small booba.
Titties, though.
Link is dead? I don't even think it's dead. I just clicked on it and it's okay. Link should be okay. That is strange.
What about
Medium
medium
is
is
premium.
premium?
No, it's either extra large or extra small. There's no medium. Tori! Hello! When I click, it doesn't work.
Oh?
So weird.
No, it really works.
Twitter. Can you just go to my Twitter and check out the last tweets? It's in there. Hopefully that work. Because first time I saw Celeste, I was like, what the hell is this big booba? What is that?
I get that reaction a lot. The hell?
And it's kind of a red flag for me. I'm glad we collab because she's an adorable person. But
Oh.
I do wonder if it makes some people afraid before that. Like, oh no, what am I supposed to do with these? Just, it's scary.
What am I supposed to do with them? I don't know, play bongos or something.
Yeah, am I supposed to talk about this? Not supposed to do. I had a conversation with another YouTuber last week. Was it in a D&D session? And one of them said something like, YouTubers cannot have the privilege to flirt with anyone they want, but then nobody is allowed to flirt with them. Something like that. And obviously people should respect you and so on, but there's like this weird thing of what am I allowed to say, Like when you interact with YouTubers, like you never know what's okay. What's the line? When do I cross the line? What's okay to talk about?
I'm like, I don't care, riz me up, but don't be weird about it.
I think
It's the
Just
weird
don't be
part.
weird.
What's weird and what's not weird. That's you never know.
That's fair.
because I feel like that is subjective for every individual. Because I feel like some people, because I think it's so interesting because we have a YouTuber and we have a Say So streamer.
What? Who say so here?
Me.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, we're yin and yang.
Elf
So-
and elf.
The elf spoke to the elf.
And so I think, because I know some other Say So streamers who refuse to have any type of like flirting, sexual comments of any of that sort. Whereas like I don't care as long as one, it doesn't go against TOS, and two, you're not doing it in my DMs.
It's like it's on stream, but
Yeah.
not in private.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Hey, yeah. So that's actually how I operate. Like, cool, you can be that way towards my posts and everything, but don't come in my DMs like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I'd draw the line. You stay out of my DMs with your weirdness. Publicly, sure. Cool, show everyone you're a little weird. The freak flag fly. That's fine.
Mm.
But in my personal bubble, no thank you.
I mean, that's a smart approach. Just understand that everything is a joke. We're not in a relationship. These are people, personal space.
Mm.
Just know that everything is a game because the borderline between this and parasocial relationships are so thin, and
Oh,
that's where we
bro.
get into the. Oh, actually, we got another small topic, subtopic before that, which is girl tubers versus boy tubers.
Ooh.
Ooh,
And I'm gonna
good one.
go subtopic to girl lootubers and boy lootubers because there's a lot of guy lootubers as well.
Honestly, I feel like I see like 100 times more female YouTubers than
Yeah,
male YouTubers.
definitely. But there are male lootubers that I've seen, and they're I think a lot more lewd than the female lootubers. They a lot more
Oh god,
um,
yeah. I've
brave.
stumbled on some. They riz
Yeah,
you up so hard, and I'm like, bro, I need to leave.
yeah.
Mm.
But it really depends. Again, there's some really, a broken brain that was in our show.
Mhm.
Super nice guy.
Hmm.
But then I've seen some male YouTubers that just nope, run away. It's way too much for me.
Oh god,
And
yeah, me too.
it's not like I can't. I'm lewd sometimes. I collab with YouTubers sometimes. You can catch me saying the most weird stuff. Actually, let me show a clip of me. I'm gonna go to my clip now. Let me just find it. I'm not the most say-so streamer myself, but you will never catch me talking straight about porn on stream. You'll never catch me say profanities or swear. You'll never catch me post porn or hentai. I
Oh
feel like
yo,
I'm joking about this stuff. I'm not going to be direct about this.
I have a clip of you talking about my mommy milkers.
What?
That is true. That was a very sus and very borderline.
But to be fair, you were only pointing out that I did have the mommy energy that day.
Yeah, and you said mommy milkers.
No, you said it.
I said mommy milkers.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch the clip
You were like,
later then to
so
figure out.
let's got the mommy milkers, and I was like, oh well, I do have mommy milkers.
We're gonna watch it later because my memory is different. But then again, I'm gonna show you a clip now that's gonna put me. This clip has been okay in every platform, but it has been banned on TikTok, and it gave me a warning
Oh,
because of
oh,
one word that you should not say on TikTok.
Oh.
what did you see on TikTok, Mimic?
So surprisingly, like a few hours, I think 2 hours or something after I uploaded that to TikTok, it got removed and I got a warning.
Is it because you said sex or mistress?
Yes, because I said sex.
Oh,
Then I watched a
Oh.
few other videos on TikTok and I saw that the word sex is always goes sex with G's. They don't. Nobody says or writes sex on TikTok because it's that sensitive. I didn't know that. I didn't know how sensitive TikTok is, but
crazy man.
yeah, it's very crazy. But I don't remember what I wanted to say. I'm like I can go sus like this, but never more than that. And then when people actually go and try to read people in DM, like the stuff that you show on your Twitter, that's messages that or dick pics and such that's it's so hard to read, and you think to yourself, oh my god, these people actually do that. It's like
Oh
really
yeah,
makes me uncomfortable.
man, my DMs are a cesspool. I don't open half of them because of that.
And then Eclipse the Dark One. Oh, the government is always after TikTok for being bad for kids. Yeah, I also heard that um, because we're VTubers, they assume that we are for kids even more. So they're even more careful with VTubers on TikTok, which is really unfair.
Oh,
And that's why everyone writes it as segs and not sex. Which I'll just censor it next time. I'll just put
That makes so much.
asterisks and blips.
I didn't know that.
cartoons
Yeah.
are for kids. Who
Mhm.
knew?
Who knew? South Park and
Drawn together.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. One brain cell mimic.
Mm-hmm. Why one? It's two. We have one each. That's two brain cells.
No, we're sharing the brain cell.
You share it.
No. Means I only have one. I only have a
Yes.
brain cell.
Half a brain cell.
Courage. Go before that. Ren and Stimpy. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Courage the Cowardly
What?
Dog scared me.
I
show's
watched it, but I never
Orange was
understood
horror.
it.
It was horror.
It was
Supposed to be
scary,
scary.
man. It gave me nightmares.
Nightmares?
Yeah,
What?
Foxy,
Did we
your
watch the
brain cells?
same?
Courage. It's in Kansas. This dog is abandoned and everything is trying to kill him.
I've only seen like 2 or 3 episodes of South Park. That's crazy, right?
South Park has
Mm.
been through a lot of changes. The first episodes and the recent episodes are completely different shows.
Oh.
But yeah, cartoons for adults is a lot more common today, but it's still something that in certain media like TikTok, it doesn't exist. And I thought, man, they're gonna ban this video and ban me in every like on Twitter and like on YouTube and Twitch. But no, other platforms don't give a shit. And then I asked TikTok. I told them it's okay in every other platform, and they still said someone manually checked it and still said no. It's too vulgar, and I got a warning, a strike.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
So going back to girl tubers and boy tubers, I say that the people that I feel like girls have a bit more freedom when it comes to YouTubing. Maybe they are allowed to do more. This is the male point of view. Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like if a man would, okay, let's go radical. Let's go to the extreme, right? Let's say a man posts his dick on Twitter, and a woman
Ew.
posts her boobs on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna have different reactions. That's what I feel.
It definitely will have different outcomes and how like people interpret it. Because the only reason why that is because one gender is sexualized more than the other. And to a point,
Tori is right. One is genitals and one is not. That's correct. Okay, a man posts his pee-pee and a woman posts her pee-pee. It's true, Tori. Would that get a different reaction, or is it the same?
Oh gosh.
Hey, that's too hypothetical, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that.
This hypothetical hurts my brain. Now that I
Yeah.
don't know what to get more traction.
I think that if we're talking about VTubers showing that, I feel like people would clown on both of them. I feel like guys would say they were like, I don't know, they would retweet and like the woman parts and would hate the man parts, and women would equally hate or love both of them.
I kind of feel the same. I feel like the woman parts would get a lot more love because there's a lot more horny dudes out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. There's the VTuber audience.
And I'm not saying this to be mean, but like girls, they'll just Google what they like, you know?
It's true.
And then girls can get very specific. So I don't know. I feel like the female would just get more special treatment, you know?
Do you think it's easier or harder to be a girl VTuber versus a boy VTuber?
I think it's harder.
Oh, it's easier.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, so the reason why I think it's harder is because I think a lot of guys can get away with it, with saying whatever they want, and then with being a female YouTuber, you have to. This is just how I view it, and it's my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like there's more effort and work into being a female YouTuber because you had to think about who your audience is, what they're gonna like, what you had to say to get their attention, and all of that. Whereas like for a guy, they can basically just say anything they don't need to tailor it to anyone because it's kind of in their demeanor of they're just gonna say whatever they want.
Ooh, okay, yeah, wonder what? I'm gonna have to agree with that one.
No,
Because
it wasn't an
also, like,
argument.
because also with being a female like VTuber, like you get a lot of flack for just associating with a dude too.
How does that
like
work? How does that flag from who? From your community?
from your community. So like if you're a YouTuber or whatnot and say you collab with a guy, they instantly think you're dating and then stop wanting to watch you.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, it's unbelievable to think that.
No, but people think parasocially, oh I can't have you, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be here anymore.
But then how many people watch you because they secretly think that they can date you one day?
I don't know.
That's crazy. It's a big issue in Japanese idol culture. Also commanding
No.
respect of the community while actively contributing to your sexualization, which women are often demeaned for. Girls get
Mhm.
viewers just because of their being a girl. I watched
That's very true.
this video recently about this Japanese news weathercaster girl who she was very fan favorite of a lot of she had a lot of viewers who went to watch the forecast because of her, and then secretly she was discovered that she's dating someone, and she lost like 10,000 followers overnight,
Oh wow.
and the company's stock went down like 9%.
Yeah, like that's going along with what I was saying. Like, people have that idol, you're unattainable, but I'm gonna have a crush on you mentality towards. I'm gonna say female VTubers a lot more, and one wrong move as a female gets you canceled or gets your following gone. Versus a guy VTuber, if he had a girlfriend or whatever, uh, you know, a bunch of women wouldn't care. They'd be like, he's still hot as shit.
Is this? I do wonder because I've been dating Alnichi for like 5 months now, and I wonder if my community changed because of that before or after. And when I think, I don't think there's any changes. I don't think there's any changes. But if a
Have you noticed
girl
any
start,
females not come out anymore?
what is it?
Like, have you noticed any female followers not show up anymore?
I don't know. Sometimes they do show up, roughly the same amount. I don't see a difference. Then again, I don't put Alnichi like in everyone's faces. I don't collab with her every day. I don't talk about her non-stop. I've seen some girl tubers who date someone. They would talk about him non-stop.
Yeah, just
Uh,
look at Nianers and
mm,
whatever that dude she's
Mm.
dating. They're
uh,
like together all the time now, and she talks about him all the time. When
Lord
the whole
Aethelstein.
Aethel, yeah, that's it.
Aethel, yeah.
She talks about him all the time though. She's like, Aethel and I did this, and I'm like,
Mm,
okay, that's nice. Can you move on from your relationship?
mm.
Like, go back to being a gremlin.
But I think she also has the case that a lot of people follow her because of him. So their communities are kind of mixed right now. They live together,
Mhm.
but maybe a lot of people who followed her before him left because they don't care about this anymore.
Honestly, I feel like I did. I kind of stopped watching her because of it.
Really?
Yeah, well, because I'm like, I'm not here to hear about your relationship
I see.
constantly.
Mm-mm.
Like, I liked you as a person, and I liked the content you were making, and now like, 50% of your streams are about your boyfriend you live with. So,
It's kind of like having friends who are having children, having babies, and then they talk about their children all the time. Have you seen the picture of my kid? Look, my daughter is so sweet. Oh, look at my boy. He's
oh,
getting new Pokemon. Like, oh my god, I don't want to hear that about diapers and babysitters and all of that.
that's not an interest of mine, so I don't tune into your stream anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, honestly, I think that's part of knowing your audience too, because a lot of people that are in the VTuber community are between the ages of 18 and like 25, 26, right? Most of the people in that age range aren't looking to hear about people's families. So, family life and like all that stuff could be a turnoff.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think in a way, every talk about another person that the viewers don't know who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a subject that is not interesting for the viewers.
Mm-hmm. But
It's
like
weird
I
that
also
people get flack if their relationship status changes, but if they weren't with someone from the start, it's okay. Yeah, it's like if you change the status quo of the streamer, there's an issue. If it was like that since the beginning, that's okay.
hmm but I also feel like guy VTubers, if they get a girlfriend, like nobody bats an eye at them. Or like if they talk about their family on stream, nobody cares. They're
Yeah.
there for them.
I wonder what that is. It because of the parasocial aspect?
I think it is because I know two streamers who got married and announced it in their Discord, on Twitter, in their streams, and it tanked their both of their viewerships.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm. And
The
so
only
I
time I
think
talk about
it's
my family is whenever they do something cute or silly.
same
If it's a
here.
part of your story on the
Mhm.
stream or something.
Yeah.
Like-
But I feel like once you get into saying like this person has a relationship, or this person is in a relationship, this person is like seeing someone, you then destroy the dream, the parasocial relationship, the dream that the viewer had with the streamer. And now their dream is no longer attainable.
Too many thirsty, horny people on Twitch. That is true. And on
Mhm.
Twitter, it's a nest of that. And sex sells, it sells. It brings people. It connects people. Sex connects people.
Mhm.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna tweet that. That's a good one.
I'll retweet it, bro. Here I am being a horny on main because Mimic made a joke.
Sex connects people. Literally.
That's good. That's funny. See, that's my level of blue tubing. The lols.
Same here. Yeah,
The
exactly.
lols.
Just making a joke out of this. This is what I love.
I feel like it's interesting because you guys have that aspect, but my chat has the aspect of trying to educate me when I'm just kind of like, wait, what's going on? What are you guys saying? Wait, explain that again. And they had to like go into it. I was like, oh, that's what you mean.
Oh no, you poor bean! Don't force education on her. She's so sweet and innocent. Leave her be.
I think that her community thinks that she knows and she plays the game with them. So they play the game as well.
Oh, bro, they're playing tic-tac-toe, got it, and she's playing chess.
They did that to me last night actually, but it was a completely different context. They made me say small mushroom in Japanese, and they wrote it out, and I read it, and I was like, what does this mean? And I kept on reading it over and over and over until someone finally told me what I was saying.
Yo, what does it mean? Say it.
So
Is
it
that
was
kinoko?
chisai kinoko, so small
Chisai
mushroom.
Chisai kinoko? Chisai kinoko? Chisai kinoko. I don't get it.
What was the joke behind
Naiko
that?
noko?
So someone just randomly typed it into the chat because I was doing a Japanese Duolingo last night,
Mm-hmm.
and so they wanted me.
Chisai kinoko.
Yes.
I still don't see the issue.
I just didn't know what it meant, and so when I kept on saying over and over again,
Oh. So it's like a slang for a small peepee or something in Japanese?
no, it's an actual mushroom.
What's wrong with it?
I think they were trying to troll her.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. It's just small mushroom. It means nothing else.
No. But it's just kind of like that. Like they'll have me like either want to read things, or they'll like try to make something like, super. Essentially, they try to troll me in chat, which is really funny.
So like already afraid that it's gonna be something sus.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So you both think that being a girl tuber is harder than being a boy tuber?
Oh yeah.
Because then, like, another thing
Because-
with that too is like you have your appearance and I mean appearance as in your. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. a guy can say something and they're not worried about being canceled. A girl can say something and she can be worried about being canceled for the next 3 months.
It's so weird. I mean, what can you say that will make you cancelled? Because as a guy, if anything that I say is going to sound like I'm misogynistic or sexist, I might get cancelled for that. People might say that I harassed a girl on stream, and
Well-
that's been virtually killed for me.
For me, it kind of like I think of it. It comes down to boys will be boys mentality.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Like where guys get a lot like away with a lot more than girls do, and then girls is like, well, she's a lady. She's supposed to
Mhm.
act like a young lady.
Yeah.
But lol, boys will be boys.
It's
And
so weird.
And it's just kind of like goes along that with like, well, you should expect him to say something like that because he's a guy, but you're not going to expect her to say it, and that it doesn't make sense for her to say it because she's a girl. And so we have to make sure that a lot of things that we're saying isn't going to change how people see us or view us because of the gender. And so there's a lot more things that I guess like we have to like script out before of like what can we say and what we can't say.
Nicola says I never experienced that kind of allowance, and I feel the same. I feel like I'm also kind of filtering myself and not allowed to say a lot of things. Well, can you give an example of something that you feel like guys are allowed to say and girls don't? Always walking on eggshells. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
As a guy, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, not because I'm a streamer, both, but also because I'm a guy. And there's a lot of things that girls can say and guys can't say. And maybe it's something that, the grass is greener on the other side.
I was supposed to say
both
that.
think yeah. But like, I really wonder if there's
So
things that
I
you feel like a
have it
guy can
both.
say and you can't.
A guy can make a joke about like a woman's period, like, oh, it's her time of the month or whatever. But when a woman says it, everyone's like, why are you bringing that up?
Really?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the complete opposite. It's like, because it's a woman's period, you can make a joke about it and I can't.
But the thing is, we don't make jokes about it though.
Yeah, we that's like secret time, man.
Like we don't make jokes about it because it's so bad. We literally, it's like it happens, no one says anything, but then if
We
the
live
second
through it, it sucks. We
Yes.
tend to move on.
we don't talk about it, whereas like guys will make jokes out of it.
What kind of
That's just-
jokes did you hear about period? Like, saying,
Like, oh,
she's
she's
angry,
grumpy.
she's-
She's
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
if I say that, I will be cancelled.
Or, like-
Unless it's a girl who's like my really close friend. I can say that about Nyx, for example, or Miu, or Alnichi. But only people that are Celeste, only people that I hang out with a lot.
What's another one? Like, make a sandwich or in the kitchen jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Guys get away with that all the time. If a
I
girl
don't
says
feel
it,
like I can
we're
say that.
promoting sexism.
But if I say that, I'm a sexist. That's even worse.
Yeah, but
So-
again, it falls under the boys will be boys. Oh, maybe he's old school, but then like, if Nyx or I say it, we're promoting stereotypes.
Oh my god, it's complete opposite of what. I should hang out with you two more.
Yeah, so like Foxy
I
Glove says
can't
like
say sandwiched. Hmm? Yeah, go ahead.
so Foxy Glove says I do feel like there's a lot of limitations to both guys and girls, which is very true. I think it's just that we're not aware of the other person's limitations of what
Yeah.
can be said.
Mm-hmm.
And Muwe says double standards in streaming are kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicola says, I can joke around with a dude and say something completely sexual. If I do that same around women, I don't know if she's gonna throw me at HR.
There's
I-
also
I-
like, oh, go ahead, Mimic.
I feel like there's a lot of guys today who are there's the guys, like you said, that boys will be boys and they say whatever they want. But there's guys like me who are more sensitive and they're terrified of being cancelled, or what if I lose all of my viewers and I'm gonna end up with just a bunch of lewd boys who say whatever they want.
Mm.
There's also one other thing I want to point out is usually like when women have like a, how do I put this? Like
Yeah.
backlash against them, we're usually forgiven a lot quicker if we cry.
Yes.
That's true. Like the amount of girls
So
who
guys
will
don't
get
that.
mm-hmm. And it's not only in just streaming situations either. There's other situations like people who get pulled over, they start crying, officer feels bad, they let them go.
Mhm.
Or like there's been a couple of people who I know, not know per se, it's more of like I've seen it happen where a female streamer will start the stream, she'll start crying on it, and then she'll get a lot of views, and she'll just start talking about what she just went through with maybe this streamer or what she just went through work. And it's just
I
kind of
will
like,
add that if there's any hint that she's faking the crying, it's gonna be her doom.
mm-hmm. And then Moon says it's a crime if a man cries, it seems.
If a man cries on stream, I think it's gonna make. I cried on stream a year ago, I think. Um, in a way, I think it shows a sign of weakness for a man. And then people might say, "Oh no, he's crying. He's not the boy with the boys that we wanted. So they're just gonna go away." When a girl cries, like, "No, I gotta support her and protect her." That's at least what it seems like from the guy's point of view.
I've
Mm.
cried on stream a couple times.
Hmm.
One, because I thought people were ignoring me.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in like a collab with 10 people, and just every step of the way, they kind of just forgot about me. Like, introductions, they forgot to invite me to the game. They
Oh
started the
no!
game without me.
That's
And then, like,
horrible.
because there was 10 people, I'm just like, I guess no one's really listening to me. So I did end up crying, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna leave.
Oh man,
Oh.
that's why I don't do those 10 players Among Us collabs. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of stay clear of them now, unless it's like
Unless
people
you
I
know
know and I collab.
everyone, you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
every single person. Yeah.
And I'm like, unless I know you're all not gonna be mean to each other, I'm not here for that.
And it's gonna be
Um,
someone. I think because I worked with children for many years, I have this thing that I gotta make sure that everyone is doing introduction and so on. And I think even my first collab with my mama family, I took all the siblings and I did everyone's introduction, and I was the last one. I'm not gonna introduce myself until every single person introduced themselves.
mhm.
So because being forgotten is like ugh. Let's see. Shimon says, Mimic. To be honest, I think here in Israel, a lot of us just say what we want, and there's a lot less filter from other countries. That is true. Every country has their own filters and so on. It's making things even more complex. And Rooted Moon says men have to be tough. You know, men are more likely to default to anger than sadness. That
Mhm.
is true. But if I see a man gets like pissed off and angry and I don't know, put a tantrum on stream, it's gonna be ugly. I don't want to see that. I don't want to be there. You know, man, they like expected to be in control all the time.
Oh, that sounds kind of hot, man. Sorry.
Which one? Being angry or in control?
No, not the angry, being in control.
How about I'm angry in control? Rawr.
No, I don't want an angry dude.
And Foxy Glove says, I would have to say, whenever like we're on the subject, you also have to figure out who the person is like, and the sense of way where you can be like, okay, I could joke around like this. Yeah, like testing the water. Like I said previously, things that I can say right now with Celeste and Nyx, I couldn't say that the first time I collab with them, because we slowly learn to know the limits of each other.
Yeah.
Now I know personally you can say whatever you want with me, but other people don't know that.
Mhm.
And Nicola says that there's a certain rabbit from a certain company with said VTubers. She says some unhinged stuff, and if I were to say the same as her, I'd be cancelled. Just tell me if you're talking about Pecora, the Japanese one. If you're talking about Japanese VTubers, that's a completely different thing. And if not, then that's a different issue. English streaming, English VTubers, I feel not Pecora. Then I don't know. That's good. Don't mention the name, but um, English speaking VTubers, I feel like they get less. Uh, People are less patient with them. Well, the Japanese VTubers, they can say more horny stuff, and it's gonna be okay.
I honestly think that's a cultural thing, though. Like, cause here in North America,
Yeah.
um, um, I'm gonna just say it, and then I apologize if it
Say.
seems off. But people are very self righteous and a little butt hurt over everything nowadays.
Oh, what? You've been cut in the important word.
Butt hurt.
Oh, but
Hurt. People get butt hurt too easily.
that is true.
Like I try to look at things like, did this
Mhm.
or follow up on this, or can I say, I learned something that offends me and move on?
Mm-hmm.
In North America, we don't seem to do that. We go straight to cancel culture. And Japan, they seem to, if they're a corporate VTuber, just kind of, oh, will this hurt this reputation? Is this publicity good? Oh, if not, slap on the wrist. They won't do it again.
So I'm glad you said in North America we, because you're in Canada, and you just accept
Yeah.
that Canada has been a part of
Oh.
America. It's the
Well,
first Canadian I ever
no, no,
streamed
no.
with to accepted Canada as part of
No.
America. Let's
No,
go.
no, Mimic. America is a continent, not a country.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm
It's a
telling Canadians all the time.
United
Like
States is the country. United
people-
States is the
every-
country.
every Canadian I stream with, I tell them that, and like, no, America is the United States. Look, America.
No,
is the
no, no,
continent.
no.
no. I'm Canada is not America.
America is the continent, guys. It's a landmass. Okay? Canada and the United States are on that landmass.
Bring Canada into the USA.
United States just likes to declare what landmass they live on for some freaking reason.
Combine them to the United Canada.
That's like if I said, yeah, I'm part of Canada of the of North America. Like,
Are people-
I live in Canada of America.
Are people
This
less
is weird, man.
I think there's
Like
people
the
that-
United States does that. I'm not gonna knock them for it. They are on the map. It's okay.
I also think that there's some states that have towns with like the name Canada in it. So then people make the joke like, "Oh, I live in Canada."
Canada, USA.
No,
Canada, USA.
they're not cool enough for that, man. We got moose and free healthcare up here.
Do
Free
you
healthcare
ride
is
a
tempting.
moose? Do you ride a moose to school?
Oh yeah, every day.
Yes, I knew it. Say chat, I knew it. Clip that, I knew it.
What is
Every
what
time
is
there's
the
a
biggest
Canadian, I'm like,
moose you've
I'm asking.
ridden
What?
to school?
So there are big ones, and moose are feral, man. they will mess you up.
Have you guys
I've
seen a
seen
picture of
quite
a
a
moose
few.
next to a car? It's
That's why
insane.
Canadians are such good Pokemon trainers. They've been trained by moose.
Yeah, really. Moose and beavers. There's a lot of beavers up here too.
Ooh, beavers.
I think riding a beaver is a bit more complicated. They're small, right?
Yeah. Beavers are small. Beavers are like Pikachu size.
Oh,
Oh.
wait.
Yeah.
Do beavers evolve into a moose?
No, beavers evolve into like assholes that cut trees down.
Oh, wow.
And block water systems.
Yeah. Beavers are little assholes, man.
Celeste be riding misses all day.
Oh yeah, and sometimes I live in an igloo. It's fun.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yo, I live
I
in
need
the
to make
snow.
an igloo for once.
Nick
Every
also lives in
winter-
an igloo.
Every winter, I tell myself I'm gonna make an igloo this year. It never happens. Never happens.
Oh
By
man,
the way,
I
you
make
know
them
that
a
both
lot.
of you, live in the same area.
Yeah.
You're the same age. You live
Oh
the same
hell
area,
yeah.
and your mom is the same name.
Oh god. We're
I'm
like
joking, I don't know.
sisters. I was like, damn.
I would believe this if Mimic didn't do this last show.
I think you do that every time to me, Mimic, and it still fucking amazes me. And I'm like, really?
Don't you think that about that moose is a part of orca's diet? What?
Oh man, the
What?
whale's coming in to fuck up the moose.
Wait. Orcas eat moose how?
So moose will go in water
Oh,
on the
wow.
coast. And yeah, orcas just
Oh.
literally come like megalodon, pull them off the beach.
Oh my god.
What? Wait, that's an actual
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Gonna Google that later.
Yeah, it's like when a megalodon or a shark pulls someone off the
Oh shit.
At
Chat,
the
send
coast.
me
Wait,
videos
and the-
of
Can a moose
Orcas
dive
eating-
60 feet down or an orca dive 60 feet down?
Wait, who's diving, the moose or the orca? 'Cause, if it's the orca, I'm gonna say that's a little weak, bro. There's a whole ocean out there.
Or moose
I
can
was
dive
about to
60
say
feet.
the same thing.
The moose.
Okay, so a moose can dive 60 feet.
So
Okay.
you said that theoretically the moose can headbutt the orca and run away.
I mean, moose do have the horns. They could do some pretty good damage.
It depends on the weight of the,
They gotta get a crit roll in there though.
the baby orca or a baby moose.
Man,
Moose can eat
honestly,
vegetation on the ocean floor.
orcas are kind of the assholes of the ocean.
Yeah, they are. Kind of like male VTubers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
We're the assholes of stream. No, I'm joking. I know a lot of nice male VTubers.
How did we get to moose talk? You never know.
Because you're in Canada.
Yeah, where the moose are.
Everybody's riding, playing hockey and riding on mooses.
Oh, debut stream? Get a moose up in there?
Oh my god, you should have a moose model. Ride a moose on your
Moose
streams.
Celeste? Yeah.
A moose bulance.
Moose bullets.
Canon now. Gotta be a moose.
A moose bulance.
And then Beaver Celeste as
Mm.
well.
It's gonna
Giant teeth come out.
It's gonna
What
amuse
other
the audience.
animals?
Just
Hopefully
just
the worst.
Canadian Celeste, and there's moose antlers and beaver teeth. And then like Canadian flag shirt.
Canadian
Oh my
flag, Canadian
gosh.
hat, Canadian flag, Canadian shirt, Canadian shoes.
And I'm only allowed to say A, where the moose
A.
are.
Where the moose, eh?
Oh, I love that.
By the way, guys, do you know that Celeste has a birthday today? Really? Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Happy birthday to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday, Celeste. Happy birthday
to you. It's Mimic's
And
birthday?
I believe Celeste is as old as Canada, right?
I'm like,
How old
no,
is
I'm older than
Canada?
Canada. Oh
Canada
god.
is
You're asking me history
156. 156 year old.
Oh, sometime in July 1st, Canada became a country. I forget what year.
Woo!
But
Canada is
what's the-
156.
What's the capital of Canada? Do you know that?
oh yeah, it's Ottawa.
Wow, she's Canadian.
Yeah. Only because I live near there.
Everybody who's not Canadian think it's Toronto.
No, that's the capital of Ontario, though.
Mm.
That's why
Nobody who's not a
people-
Canadian knows what Ontario is.
Okay, so Americans think of them like states. We just call them provinces up here.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. But yeah, Toronto is the capital of Ontario, but Ottawa is also in Ontario. That's why people get confused.
When you explain why your province is so good, is it propaganda?
No, it's because we're the best. No, it's just because most of actually everyone that's in Canada lives here. That's why.
Mm.
Like most of the other provinces, not a lot of people in. Oh, Quebec? Yuck. Nobody likes Quebec.
Oh my gosh.
Ubisoft likes Quebec.
Ugh. No.
I know
um,
Quebec only from Ubisoft. Every time I say a game by Ubisoft
It's a
Quebec.
stereotype. It's a stereotype in Canada that
Mm.
that nobody likes Quebec just because they don't speak English.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh.
Oh, you're French.
Yeah. You go you find a maple tree and you stick a spike into it and let the maple syrup run out.
Mhm.
Nicholas wants
And
to
then
know if you
cook
can
it.
make maple syrup.
Yeah. You just find a tree, stick the
No,
spike in
you,
it.
Celeste.
Can you make it?
Wait, Meshi, no on my keyboard, no.
I mean, I
Machine
can
keyboard.
make it.
no.
During the winter, we do maple syrup on sticks in the snow.
Oh, that's so cool.
I've
Yeah,
seen
it's
that.
like-
I've
it's
always
like
wanted to
Canada
try
Delight.
it.
It's yummy. Basically,
Mm.
eating sugar. The sugar stick.
It's actually really cool to see how the process of maple syrup is done. Because I watched I once helped tap a maple tree and then watch like the sap drip out of the tree and then learned how to cook the maple syrup. Or cook the sap into maple syrup. So that was really cool.
Yeah, basically, when you're cooking it, you're just getting the gunk out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. You're sterilizing it.
We only get the small bottles that says original maple syrup from Canada.
Oh yeah, wonder what? Like America You guys don't really have maple syrup, so like on pancakes, you
It's like
table
fake.
syrup or whatever it is. Yeah,
It's made out
fake.
of
It's
corn
gross.
syrup.
Yeah, so we have the
It's
fake
gross.
one, and then we have stuff that says original, made in Canada, and so on. But
Okay, I
don't know
had
if
one
you
of
use them or not.
those. I had one of those unopened bottle, and it became moldy, and I was like, this. Okay, this is obviously not pure maple syrup then.
Yeah, maple syrup doesn't go bad.
Oh, like honey. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So many Canadian VTubers. That is true. I know a lot of Canadian VTubers. There's also a lot of Canadians.
Yeah, we're just all in one spot. We're technically like 2 major spots in the country, and then there's a bunch of barren wasteland.
A lot of snow.
A lot of snow.
Yeah, a
A
lot
lot
of
of
snow.
mooses.
Oh,
I
someone
think
this
one of
year-
the provinces is currently like completely evacuated too because of fires.
Oh my gosh.
Someone this year told me, Mimic, there's so many Asian VTubers. And I'm like, yeah, there's 60% of the people in the world are Asian, you know? It's a big continent. Yes. Think about it.
True?
2 countries in Asia are China and India, which is like only them are like 3 billion people. Then you have Indonesia, which is like 300, I don't know, 500 million people.
Oh, so Asia. Okay, so the population of Asian people is 59.22%.
Oh.
So
So if
About-
90% of the VTubers are girls, and 60% of the people in the world are Asian, it's gonna mean that roughly, I don't know, 70%, 80% of VTubers are gonna be Asian girls.
yeah. What's your opinion on Newfoundland?
Oh, Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. What is that?
No, it's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland? Okay.
Newfoundland.
What is that?
It's a province. It's cool. I've been there. I had to take a boat to get there.
Oh.
Oh. But they call them Newfies down there. And there's some of like the yeah, they're
Newfies?
Newfies. They're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Like honestly, like Newfoundland, Newfies are chef kiss model Canadians.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Brings back memories of Celeste watching Vinland Saga.
Yeah, I did watch that.
Oh, how was it?
It's good. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot Vikings were actually Vikings.
Oh.
And halfway through the show, I'm like, wait, are these guys Vikings?
The Vikings ride on Miss or Moose.
Yeah, I looked at the boat and it had a dragon on it. I'm like, oh my god, they're Vikings.
Great
Yeah.
Canadian.
And it's
episode,
it's
nice.
literally called Vinland Saga, like Viking Saga.
So cool.
That's great.
Wait, I got another question about the going back to the girl tubers, boy tubers.
Yep.
So you said that being a girl is harder, but then again, you also said that you can just cry, and everybody moves on.
Yeah.
Does that make it easier in some sense?
No.
You have the girls who don't care about crying on stream, and then you have the girls who don't want to be a bother and will keep all of that bottled up and won't talk about it at all.
I see.
Because they don't want to they don't want to have like, oh, I don't want you to feel pity for me. I'm not trying to get stuff out of this. Like, I just want to be able to feel my feelings without any judgment. Because then, like,
Mhm.
the girls who do cry on stream, they're gonna be people are gonna say like, why are you crying? What can I do to make you feel better? Why are you always crying? People will find the positives and negatives to say to you. There's no winning.
I also feel like there's also a subcategory of girls that always cry on the stream.
Oh,
It feels very
Complainers.
manipulative.
Yeah.
Like it feels very weird every time I tune in. They're crying about something,
I see
and
what
I'm
you
just
mean.
like, who hurt you? Are you you okay? You okay, baby? But like, why every week are you doing that? Maybe you should.
Oh, look how the tables have turned. We got a raid by Evil. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, Reed. How you
Welcome in,
doing?
Evil.
Hello, Evil. Been
Welcome,
playing
welcome.
Darkest Dungeon 2. How is the game? Do they have fast battles now? If they have fast
Fast
battles, I'll
battles.
try it. I couldn't play the first one because it was too slow for me. Hello, everyone. We have Celeste today. Please check her out.
Here, huh?
And Nyx as well, which I
Hello,
forgot to
hello.
add her to the collab command for some reason.
What?
I know I forgot something. Here it is. She did Duolingo yesterday. Both of them cute elves. Gonna give them proper shoutouts in a bit.
2 elves, 1
Um,
dice.
And we are
Yes.
arguing right now about debating about girl tubers versus boy tubers. I'll give you the boy spiel. There's this kind of how do I say this? It's kind of like a known mentality amongst guy tubers that a girl VTuber would have 3 times as more followers and viewers. Whatever I'm gonna do, you will have more followers. Whatever I'm gonna do, you will have more viewers. Only because you're a girl. And because of the obviously parasocial aspects.
Genetic lottery is kind of what it is. We
Yeah.
automatically have a head in VTubing.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
We start the race halfway through it. Here, you guys gotta start at the start line.
And there's also the issue of approaching. It feels like approaching girls is harder. I don't know why. It's like girls, it's easier for them to say no. And I don't know. Maybe it's the old guys have to do the pickup. You know, it's like I have to ask a girl to a collab. I can't just.
Man, rude.
I'm doing it anyway, but I can't just wait for girls to ask me on a collab. Just no. There's like society expectations. Just think of them as bros. Yeah, that is a good solution, right? Think of them as bros. You're bros. But still, there's things that you can't say to girls. You can say to your bros, you know?
Exactly. And that goes back to like our conversation earlier.
Yeah.
Arrow says girls might actually get more views, but also get more
Hmm.
parasocial relationships.
I will try though. I will try to
Ooh,
treat more.
True.
Let me try it. You ready? So, girls, I heard that you cannot sneeze during a period.
Ew, Mimic.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You said that guys can talk about period. That's boys be boys, right?
Yeah, that's basically what I would just say.
This-
I'm
this-
like, oh my
yeah.
god, Mimic, you silly person.
No, I would never ask that with someone new. People like collab multiple times.
Bro
Eagle
really
goes,
went
I
there.
mean, I can't sneeze while I'm tired.
Oh no!
Wonder what-
That's such a good example. Oh my god, evil.
And here's the funny thing: if Nyx had just said that, I'd be like, Nyx, why did you put that up?
Wait. So
Yeah,
being
my reaction would have been totally different. I'd been like, Nyx, please, no.
wait, so being on period is like being like having a diarrhea all the time.
No.
No. No, evil. They say it's wrong. They say it's not like that. I'll be honest. I learned about period when I was like 16 for the first time.
Can someone
I was
clip
like,
that?
No, there's no way. And who told? I think my mom explained it to me. It's like, yes, girls bleed every month, and no, they don't. She's like, yes, they do. I'm like, doesn't make sense. Why would it happen? This doesn't make sense.
Girls become reverse vampires once a month when the full moon's
Reverse
out. They're like werewolf vampires, Mimic.
I have a friend. He used to say back then that never trust a creature who bleeds every month and stays alive. I remember. Here's the stupid thing. All the advertisements for pads and tampons, they have blue liquid instead of blood, obviously. And I thought it just means that girls cannot control their bladder. For years, I thought that girls have issues that they pee.
Actually, you're not the only one. There was this video a while back where a girl was just kind of like, she asked her boyfriend to get tampons, and he was just kind of like, why do I need to get you tampons? Like, you should pay for them if you can't if you can't control your own bladder.
Oh my god.
No.
Listen, there's so much secrecy about those kind of things that sometimes guys don't know. You see how starting with the bro mentality leads to this amazing discourse. Peace stored in the ball. No, wait.
Oh,
No, it's not. It's not. There's a bladder behind the ball.
And imagine how many people are gonna believe that now.
Yeah, listen, when I was a
Kevin.
kid, me and my friends, we thought that the pee is held actually inside the penis pipe, and that's why that's why you have morning wood, because it didn't pee all the night and it's just been stored in there.
Oh my gosh.
This kid's logic, you know.
Even.
Well, you never see the inside of a person. You don't know what a pee bladder is.
That's fair. That's fair.
Actually, I did tweet that question about sneeze in period. Who told me that? Who told me that? I think a girl told me that. Maybe Alnichi? I think Alnichi told me that. I'm gonna blame her for everything bad that I say. My girlfriend told me that girls can't sneeze when they're during a period. Is that true? Then of course Miyu was the first one to say she's right. And I was like, can you show an example with a GIF? And she puts a GIF of water splashing all over the place.
Wait, call it a GIF?
Yeah,
A
they're
GIF
called
or a GIF?
GIFs.
I gave up and I say GIFs now.
I say GIFs.
It's GIF.
It's
GIF.
both. There's no accurate way to say that. It's like YouTubers. It's a subjective decision.
Someone
no,
once.
it's GIF because it stands for Graphics Interchanged Format.
No, it stands for
It's-
graphic.
That's the one.
Jurassic Park.
Giraffe.
Wait.
GIF is
Yeah.
peanut butter,
Jif.
man. Not
Okay.
GIF.
So
That
someone
starts
came at me for
with
this because
G.
they're just kind of like, do you say GIF or GIF? Someone's like GIF, and there's like, what do you call peanut butter? I'm like, I say Jiffy peanut butter.
We also
But
started
it's-
with, do you
it's-
say vice versa or vice
It's
versa?
GIF
Vice
with a
versa.
G because of Graphics Interchange Format.
If it's for graphics, yeah, it has to be GIF, right? That is true.
Didn't
It's-
the
it's
person who
GIF.
created come out with how it's supposed to be said? Yeah, so the creator said it's pronounced GIF, but I'm gonna call it GIF. I love GIFs of Jiffy. I love GIFs of Jiffy peanut butter.
Jiffy.
No,
So
if
is
someone
this
would
how
give me
go
peanut
to a
butter,
symbol to
oh,
respect?
No, that's Gerald Tuber. It's Gerald Tuber now.
The creator chose chaos. They really did. I will forever call it a GIF.
man,
And it will forever be
so
Jiffy peanut butter.
concerned for life now. Is it GIF or GIF?
Well, the creator said it's GIF.
It
People
stands
call
for
it GIF.
giant imagery finder. So it's GIF. Because
No,
it's from
stands for
giant.
Graphics
No, it's not
Interchange
graphical, it's from
Format.
giant.
Actually, is YIF.
Giant imagery format.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's
Is
giant
my
because
life
it's
a
like.
lie?
No, I'm just gaslighting you. It's graphic.
Oh, okay.
Mimic can gaslight you to the point where you actually think he's telling the truth.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, wait a second, am I just really wrong?
No, he will gaslight you to think that you were absolutely wrong.
I will always tell you that I'm gaslighting you.
Oh no, you've gaslit me like
GIF,
like
grande
few
insect
times.
fighting.
Grande. Actually, Celeste doesn't know. This is the first time that we collab today. She collabed with my twin brother until now. My evil twin.
Oh no,
The
Mimu.
evil twin brother.
are you sure they were the evil twin? They seem very nice.
Yeah, you should have seen my not evil twin.
Non-evil twin.
Wait a minute, if a mimic mimics a twin, like, what is that even?
It's like, do you know when you put your two mirrors in front of one another and you stick an endless mirrors? So
Oh, yeah.
endless mimics.
Oh yeah, what if a ditto mimics a mimic who's mimicking a twin?
It mimics all the way down. It's
Just
like the
keeps
big
on
question
going.
from the Discworld. You know, the world is flat and it stands on four elephants, and that stands on a turtle. And then they ask, what's this turtle standing on? Another turtle. And what's that stands on? Another turtle. And that one, and it says, and they say that it's turtles all the way down.
Bro,
Um,
maybe I was wrong about the world. Am I on a turtleback right now?
This is gonna make you confused. So, a mimic mimics a mimic who is mimicking a mimic. I had to read that a few times.
A mimics a mimic, who is mimicking a mimic. And it's mimics all the way inside. The mimic verse, mimicception.
Oh my god.
Bro, the only thing my
Mimiception.
brain can think of about turtles is that never-ending story, horse dying.
What?
Yo, have you never seen the never-ending story?
No.
Nick's
Okay.
community movie time.
There is a giant turtle that just vibes. I'm
That
gonna
just
send a
vibes.
picture.
Send a
It
picture.
vibes and it's kind of an asshole.
Oh.
Never-ending story turtle.
I went to
What's
look
his
for it
name?
and I wrote never ending turtle. Never ending
Oh,
turtle.
ew, he's grosser than I remember.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good, but I'll post it here so everyone can see.
Never
Here's the turtle.
ending turtle.
Yeah, that's the turtle. That's the turtle right there.
I'm gonna put him on Celeste's
Okay.
table here.
Wait, if he's on top of me, then am I at the bottom of the world now?
No, I put him next to you, so you're the top.
Okay, he's my turtle friend.
Yeah, I know that
Pretty sure
girl.
he sneezes on it.
Not girl. I know that VTubers have an issue with being a bottom. We all like to believe
Well.
that we're tops, you know.
I wholeheartedly accept I am not on top.
So I think we decided together. We came to a conclusion that girls have issues and guys have issues, and we can never see the issues of the other side.
Yes.
And just chill together and be nice. And if you share a bit more of your secrets about period with us, we can be more smart together, you know.
Having a period makes you a wizard.
Oh my god. Hello Nether, how you doing? We just done with a beautiful
my
conversation
God.
about why you should never sneeze during a period. And we're going
Did not gaslight them.
Listen, that was my
We're
world
talking
just
about turtle.
changed this week. I never thought about this. When I'm gonna meet Alnichi, I'm definitely gonna get a powder of grinded black pepper
No, pepper's good.
just to make her
Pepper and
sneeze.
mac and cheese. Oh,
Mm. Let's go into the LootTubing part. Ask the big questions.
sorry, I just read what Kuro wrote in the chat.
Well,
I
where
thought keeping your virginity until you're 30 makes you a wizard.
makes you a VTuber. Nether, thank you so much. Welcome.
Welcome in,
Wait.
Raiders.
I just think we didn't do introductions for the last raid. Let's do both of them. Hello, Raiders. I'm MsElboim, a D20 Mimic VTuber, doing D&D and chart reading. We got here Nyx. Please give a quick introduction.
Hello everyone, I'm Nyx Oleander. I'm a half light, half dark elf who plays one too many horror games.
And we got Celex as our special guest for today. Please give us a short introduction.
I'm CelesteTheElf. I play a lot of horror games, and for those of you who know me, I also go by Boobelf. Teehee.
And you're gonna collab with a horror game in the future. I can feel it
Probably.
in my
Probably.
boob bones. I don't know what I'm saying right now. This is Nameless Vtuber Podcast NVP every Wednesday. And today we have Celeste here, who's a part-time LootTuber
Part-time?
because she's half
Oh
LootTuber,
god, you
right?
scared me by sending me a friend request. Don't shake the elf. Don't tap on the glass, please.
For the
Well, it's not
URL. Hello, Raiders. Games and Devils. What did you play, Nether? We're gonna talk about a little bit about LootTubing. The big question is it worth it? Because I've been kind of doubting, do I want to be a LootTuber or not? But the moment I kind of equivalent that to a sex worker, with many LootTubers that I've seen, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
It just depends on your definition of
Hmm.
LuTubing.
Because I see so many people who have expectations what Ludubin should be, right? People come to your community and like, oh, it's a YouTuber, then I can flirt with them, I can send them pictures, I can do whatever. Obviously, it's not true, but there is a community of people, there are viewers who assume what a YouTuber is, and
Mimic,
yes,
I've got some wise words from my dear friend Hannah Montana.
oh my God, give it
Life's
to me.
what you make it, so let's make it rock.
Think it's rock.
Yeah, make it rock.
What if your
Life's what
community
you
makes
make
it? What if you get someone who makes it paper and they win the rock?
Or they make it scissors.
No, Caesar is not smart. It's like it's okay, the rock wins. But if you get, if you get the paper,
Man, I was trying to instill some words of wisdom from Miss Montana, and
It failed.
play live in the gym. I'm gonna check out the game later. Visual novel. Ooh, that's just my style.
there's a
I like that.
spectrum to LuTubing, ranging from gutter jokes to full-blown adult content.
Hmm.
It says Midwest.
Oh, that is true. That is true. I feel like many YouTubers that I talked with this year have dealt with the fact that many people in the VTubing or in the streaming community, they see that you're a YouTuber, so they expect you to be a certain type of YouTuber, and you will constantly have to put your boundaries out there. Say, okay, this is okay in my stream. This is not okay in my stream. This is okay. This is not okay. Some YouTubers go with the undertitled Discord kitten. If you heard that, it's like your
Oh God, I called that.
so flirting off stream in DMs is okay, but then for many YouTubers, flirting off stream is not okay. Obviously, I'm saying obviously, but for some people, it's okay to flirt off stream and so on. So, what's the perks of being a YouTuber from your point of view? What's the advantages, disadvantages?
From my
Yep.
oh generally I find LuTubing your audience a lot quicker. Because if you're willing to talk to people that way, you know, it attracts more people that are degenerates. And degenerates are like geese, they flock, man.
Hmm.
Trying to think. My brain's like doing that little buffer thing, but it's like a sippy chicken in a cup.
I would think like advantages would instantly be things like you get more gifts, more throne, more beats, more subs.
Oh yeah, yeah. So funny enough, I get a lot more gift stuff than like subs, because I think people realize subs kind of suck nowadays. Like they know the struggle of Twitch, so like people would rather donate bits or like direct donos than. But I also think like a lot of people like to like know that I'm gonna use the things they give me. So I get a lot of gifties.
That makes sense.
Which to be honest, I actually prefer the gifts. Because I'm like, oh wow, you wanted to do something nice for me, rather than just hand me money.
What kind of gifts do you put in your throne?
Not me going to your throne right now.
Okay, careful, warning, there's bras. That's the lootest thing on there is bras. Okay?
That's the thing, because I've seen YouTubers put vibrators and such in there. And,
yeah, I've had those up there before. They have been purchased. But like right now, it's just gotta support the girls. Okay.
So why do you put adult toys in there? Why did you remove them?
Well, I mean, I got a few, and then I was like, okay, do I really need more?
Oh,
this? Not really.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm thinking what I'm like thinking, you know, I'm thinking the stupidest man mindset would be, oh, I bought her an adult, oh, she's gonna use the thing I bought for her, and it's like I don't know. It's weird in a way.
I mean, I guess that is weird if you think about it like that, but I don't think about it. I'm like, oh, some person gifted me this. Thanks.
So you
now I'm gonna
actually
use
managed to disconnect these two parts.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I'm just like, you know, I thank the person when it happens. I say, "Oh, thank you for the gift," and then usually, oh, I know this sounds really bad. Like 90% of the time, my memory really sucks. I'll forget anyways who gifted it. But that's just me with bad memory.
So you have a lot of
So
viewers, so it makes sense.
I thank them for it and I move on. But I'm not like, hey, guess what, user, whatever. I used insert whatever item. Like I don't do that. I'm just like, thanks,
Didn't
homie.
have to use the word insert in there.
Yes, oh God, no,
Oh
I
my
didn't.
gosh.
I didn't even think about it. I was just doing that like insert their username. Not
I insert your username. A lot of people gift anonymously. Yeah. I feel like it's something that you should gift anonymously. Here's the question
Yeah.
I'm leading to. Because lootubing and parasocial relationship are so well attached, unfortunately. And you said that weirdos flock. Do you have any kind of cases that people gift you something like that and they try to DM you afterwards or get a relationship like, hey, I bought you something, so I own you now.
Oh God, all the time, and I'm like, oh, I appreciate it, but like, that's not what I'm here for. Like, I appreciate the gift. I'll probably use it, but you're not gonna be around for that situation. That's my personal space bubble, and you're not part of it, unfortunately.
And that's how it ends usually.
And then 9 times out of 10, they'll probably not come back to stream after that. But hey, c'est la vie.
Oh man, this is such a weird cycle.
What?
I don't.
It's just a rotating door of men. It's
That's
weird.
so, yeah.
It's like when a person buys that and then send a message, obviously they expected. Can we jump into the tweet?
Yeah. You can talk about it.
I'm gonna show everyone a picture of a tweet that Celeste posted this week. Do I post the picture? I'll just read a bit. I'll give you the gist of it.
Just try and censor a little bit of it if you need to.
Yeah,
'Cause I know
I
it's not,
it might be a bit too sensitive for stream. But if you want to, you can
Yeah.
check out her Twitter. I'm gonna give you here a link so you can read. It's not fun to read. It's not fun to read at all.
Trigger warning. It is. It
Yeah.
is a little
Then
cringy.
I understand it was in your public Discord.
Yeah. No. So they joined my public Discord, I guess, to DM me this.
Oh, so it's a DM. Okay.
Yeah. It was.
I
It was
thought
a
they-
DM
Thought you wrote that in
to
public and
me
I
from my Discord. Cause I have it set that only people from my Discord can message me.
Oh, I see.
So you have to be in my community in order to message me. Or you have to be on my friends list. So anyone can send me a friend invite. Doesn't mean accepted, unfortunately.
So you don't know
Nyx,
who
I
that person
accepted
is.
yours.
They just join and they send you that message.
Yeah, I have no clue if they've seen my streams, if they follow my Twitter. They just came in like a wrecking ball.
And I'll try to
And
read
I
the
was-
gist of the message for everyone. It's something in the likes of, you're an elf VTuber with huge tits from Canada, possibly Yukon. I don't know what it is. Your model reminds me
Someone
of a
that
classic.
glorifies boobs.
Oh, I
That's
see.
what that means.
Your model reminds me of a classic RPG aesthetics. I like also. You like soup, just like me. That's the part that I thought he's joking. So I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
joke or not.
I just like up there and I thought it was a joke too. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. I like soup. You're right. I do like soup.
And then it goes
And I'm
dark.
sitting there
Like, it's like I will go to you and like, hey, you like soup, I like soup. Are you with collabs? That's like, okay, that's fun. But then there's
Yeah.
something like, it was apparent from the first moment I saw you that I want to engage in many sexual acts with you. And then I want to do stuff to you. I want to dominate you, tie you out, walk you in a leash, all sort of gear, edge on your stream, see how well you can hold. It's really, really weird stuff. And it goes on. And it says, I can't
It goes
possibly do
into
it. I'm
like-
a VTuber. What if this gets out and my reputation is stained? And didn't know who he's messing with. It goes on for a bit. But it ends with Celeste, you don't have to give me an answer now, but if you take my offer now, know that I can make you experience all sorts of thrills. I don't care just about the naughty stuff. So the experience I put you through are various, and it's hard as a man, it's so cringe to read.
Yeah, it's it. Honestly, my reaction was like, "Oh, for the love of God, please no,
That you guys
please
are like
no,
something like,
please."
for the love of God, not again, not another one.
Like I was just like, block. Okay, don't approach me like this. That's weird, bro. I've never spoken to you in my life. The first impression of you, not so great. And now you're gone. You're out of the community. Don't be a weird champ. You weird champ.
Now here's the
But
big question: that person, did he think that he's being weird, or from his point of view, it's a little bit going into psychology. Did he think this is normal?
well, based on their username, I'm going to say they probably think this was normal.
Oh, I see.
Their username included. I'm gonna type it in our chat.
No, 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 don't type the username.
No, just one part of it, not the
Oh,
full
okay,
username. It had that word in it.
Oh.
So already before I even opened it, I was just like, okay, I'm preparing
Oh, I see.
myself for cringe. I'm prepared. I'm gonna open this, and then my reaction was like, what the fuck? Why?
Mm.
Why? Why would I've never spoken to you? Just because you like my aesthetic doesn't mean I like you that way. But yeah, a lot of people thought he should touch some grass over that.
Mm. If the person really cares for their reputation, they wouldn't have done that, in my opinion. The thing is that people decided to victim blame her, Celeste, for it happening too, like saying that she asked for it by being a YouTuber.
Yes, so that was the drama that happened in my server. I
People
think
in your server, in your community, blamed
yes, it was my own community. That's why I was pretty done with it that day.
I guess it's pretty shocking.
Essentially what had happened was I have a vent and support a Discord server where you can put anything. Um, you know, whatever you want to post. So I posted the screen cap and said, "Hey guys, if you're in here, please don't talk to me this way. That's a limit. I draw the line at this. Even though, some of you consider me a VTuber, some of you consider me whatever. Don't approach me like this. I do not like this." And an individual basically was like, "Well, it's your own fault for having big tits." And bless my mods, they were like, "Hey, no, get out of here. We're not victim shaming anyone. We're not, you know, we're not here to shame her for how her model is and whatnot. Just because she has big boobs doesn't mean she's asking for this guy to essentially want to lock her in a basement and do lewd crap to her." like, that's not okay. So, they took care of it, and that person was deleted from the server because essentially we want to make the server a safe space. And my Discord server is, yes, 18 plus, but all the not safe for work content is condensed into a you can view it or you cannot view it toggly thing.
I'll be
So
straight out rude.
ultimately,
It's a Discord server of your Discord server should be first and foremost a safe place for you.
yes, well, that's exactly what the decision was. Like, this person does not make me feel safe with their mentality of blaming the victim
Mm-hmm.
or shaming the victim because of how they are. Yes, I can control how my character model looks, but if this was a real person and say they did have this chest portion, they can't control that. If it's natural, obviously, but even if it's not natural, they don't deserve that kind of talking to. Because, it's just not nice. Like, I don't mind being sexually objectified, but on terms, you don't need to tell me and make it parasocial,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I do wonder what was going on through the head of that person, or people who send dick pics. I talk with some YouTubers who say that they get average of 2 dick pics in DMs every week.
Yep.
And that's something that's just, as a guy, I just don't understand. Why would you do that? This is so stupid. Both from the angle of they could just post the picture on Twitter and show it to everyone, and from the point of in what universe does this work? In what kind of mentality? I mean, I would assume they do it to a lot of girls. Is that working? Like every
No, God, no.
100 dick pics you get someone to show you their booba. Doesn't make sense to me. In what universe do they think this works?
I have no clue, but how I usually react is I usually send a picture, like a GIF or GIF, if we will, of Toad from Mario vomiting
Oh my
at
gosh.
them, and then they usually get disgusted and block me, and I'm like, well, that's basically what you just did by sending me that. So that's how I handle them. I'm like, you grossed me out, I grossed you out.
I know.
We're fair.
I know some YouTubers who send a bigger dick and say mine is bigger.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
And I know one who
Oh.
actually start giving criticism and ranking. That edge is not trimmed properly. That edge is not straight. This is not. This is not. My boyfriend is a bit bigger and more straight. You should check this spot at the doctor, and like kind of putting things in her head.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
gosh.
Listen, this area is really worrying. You should go check it out. Go to a skin doctor like right now.
Well, it looks like it's a flat tire. What happened? Oh man,
So it's kind of
I
like
would
G-Flex.
never. The only thing with that is like, yeah, I know they're doing a disgusting act, but I wouldn't want to body shame them.
Mm.
Like, I know they're out here doing it to themselves and asking for it. By presenting it, saying, "Here, look at this." I don't personally feel comfortable commenting on their body part.
You don't want to go down to their level, basically.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, well, again, I think that's the issue. I just said I know they're asking for it. They're not asking
I
for the
see.
commentary.
They asking
Right?
for the attention.
They want attention, but they don't want feed
They don't want feedback. Yeah.
criticism feedback. There we
Yeah,
go.
that's why, for example, when I get messages from GFX bots, usually I just block them. And I know it's a GFX bot because they're digital artists and they start their DM with, "Hi, can I ask you a question?"
Every
A normal
single time.
person would already ask the question. And usually I answer with, "Yes, but can I show you my portfolio?" And then I send them like a bunch of random pictures from the internet. And like pictures of real people. "Here, I drew this. Do you want to pay $1,000 for that?" But usually I don't really have patience for that. I just block them and move on. It's like an endless
Yeah.
war.
The graphic effects bots are the worst. Like, I've dealt with probably 4 this morning.
Just this morning?
Usually, yeah. Oh yeah, like I said, my Twitter DMs are a cesspool.
Oh my
It's like,
gosh.
horny graphic effects bots for every one collab request. There's like 20 to 30 of weird champs in there.
Actually got 3 or 4 GFX bots as well today, but people trying to slide into my DMs with loot stuff. This never happened to me. So this is, I think, the big difference, right? That with girls it's so freaking common, and with guys it's something that we don't even consider.
Mm-hmm.
Like you tell me you get 40 DMs a day of guys trying to slip into your DMs. I just don't. I don't see that as. It's like sneezing in a period. It's something that I never heard of before.
Oh gosh.
Oh my
Nick.
gosh. It
That's
took
what
me a
happened.
second to process what he just said. I was like, wait, did I hear that right?
My brain went, boys will be boys!
The surprise that.
Look at him with his weird charms!
Oh my gosh.
Me? Yeah, no.
Okay, so the
Literally
end of the day, that's the question. The end of the day is that, I mean, obviously it gives a lot of anxiety and taxing. Is it worth it?
It depends. It's a case by case basis. Like, if you can turn that off, great for you, and if you can separate yourself from YouTubing, that's on you. If you can't separate yourself and it wears on you mentally, it's probably not for you.
How can you
But,
do it? Is it practice, experience, being adult, older?
I mean, practice. and then being able to like not associate the rest of your life with what you're doing for loot tubing.
If you like would give an advice to a new streamer, and they ask, it's a girl. She asks, should I be a YouTuber or a CelesteTheElf streamer? What would you suggest?
Well, it depends on their personal comfort. I'm always try it out. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, you have the opportunity to say no. I don't want that anymore.
Can you go back from that?
Heck yeah. You can tell your community, hey, I know I branded myself as a YouTuber, but I've received so much attention and my boundaries are being crossed. I don't want to partake in that anymore. And it's a consent thing. So, I'm telling you, I'm no longer doing this. You guys can exit stage right if you don't want to watch me for my regular content now.
Here's another shout out to Celeste if you didn't follow her yet. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Nyx after that.
But you could definitely come back from LootTubing if you don't want to LootTube. Like, even Project Melody started off as a LootTuber, and now she doesn't do it as much.
But she's still one of the biggest YouTubers, I think.
Yeah, she still does it, but she doesn't do it to the same extreme anymore. Right? And, also, LootTubing, if you are thinking of doing it, do it in moderation. Do whatever makes you comfy. And fits your level of how lewd you want to be and how ever you want to take it,
Byakuro says, I know that I see people who started out YouTubers because they felt like that had to be and burned themselves on it and really didn't like it. That's the thing, it can really burn you out. I think so, it seems.
And
well,
it's
yeah,
also
because the demand's higher for it. Sorry, go ahead, Nyx.
It's also the question of, like, are people doing it because they want to make the content, or are they doing it for the viewership, the gifts, the money, all of that? Because then that
feel
also
like it's gonna be easier.
Yeah, because then that also has, like, a factor into it with whether or not, like, how quickly you're gonna get burned out and whether you really enjoy what you're doing.
So Nyx, you're saying so you're pure. Why is that? Because it seems like if you talk about some loot stuff, you'll get more followers and more throne gifts and such. Why not go that route?
I've seen, like, before streaming, I've seen, like, YouTubers, and it was never something that really, that interests me too much. Like, yes, I know, like, you could definitely get a much quicker and better following from it and more viewers and all of that, but for me personally, I still have my own personal bounds when it comes to streaming, and that was just a comfort level that I did not want to go past because I knew I would not be comfortable doing it. Even though it's like people online, people are just watching, I personally would not be comfortable doing it myself.
It's fair. It's a good boundary to set up and respect for yourself. Like, for me, I'm like I'd say I'm a little bit lewd, but I'm not out there in your face with it. Like, I mostly make boob jokes. Like, I'm comical YouTuber.
Comedy
like,
lube.
I also try and make my streams comfy, right? So I'm like, oh, anyone can come by the stream and, like, it's not uncomfortable. Yeah, there's a few boob jokes, but I usually keep all my lewd posting to Twitter. Because Twitter is more so, like, you can follow it, you can unfollow it.
There's no rules on Twitter.
Twitch, you don't want to, like, a new stream and have it thrown in your face, right?
Also, you know, everyone, that Celeste has a x.com address as well.
X.com?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what's that?
x.com/CelesteTheElf VT.
Oh.
X.com. Oh, Twitter?
X.com is Twitter, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I was like,
my professor did that.
I didn't know that.
My professor did that. He's like, how many of you guys are on X? And everyone looks around like, what is X? Me thinking like, do you mean Twitter? And he's like, okay, let me rephrase this. How many of you guys are on Twitter? Everyone raises their hand.
No, I'm genuinely confused. I'm like, wait a minute, did someone put me on a porn site?
We're all YouTubers now. Surprise.
And then I clicked the link, and I was like, that just goes to Twitter. Oh, Twitter's X, right? Right.
We'll never get it down.
Right.
I'm wondering if
man.
both of you get equal amount of parasocial relationship, attempts, or YouTubers get more. That's what I'm aiming for.
I would.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead first. I talk a lot.
I've personally gotten less because I've been reaching out less to people. I think if I continue to reach out to people at the same extent I was before, I think it would be on the same, close to the same page, but probably nowhere near as close to what Celeste gets on a daily.
So I tend to get a lot of parasocialness going on. Because when you present yourself as a YouTuber and like you talk about like any topic and every topic, there's a certain level of like comfort people like, you know, there's like no boundary going on that people are like, oh, this is my friend now. They talk about everything with me in the chat. Sorry, I just read the chat. How does it feel to be posting X videos?
That is true. We are posting X videos.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
That
it's
was
weird.
the
It's
joke.
weird.
That was the joke in the first day. X. What are we, a branch of X videos now? What is that?
Oh, actually, I posted that. I posted an X video on day one.
Yeah, she did.
And like, it got like
X video
50,000 views. Sorry, going back to what I was saying though. I do think because I am a lot more open about stuff, being a YouTuber, that does like, you know, give people like a level of comfort or a level of like, oh hey, this person's really open about everything. You know, I could be friends with them, or I could see myself dating someone like this, right? And so it happens quite a bit. Like I have another parasocial story that went way too far. If you want me to tell it, it's kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, you can tell it, definitely. Obviously be
Okay,
vague and so on. Nobody recognizes anyone.
Yeah. So I had someone in my community, that I was friends with. So I want to start off, saying that, you know, they were an adult. They're actually older than me. We had been friends for years. Like 4 or 5 years at this point. We're not in friends anymore. Just to clarify that. And
When you say
because I was
friends, by the way, it's like talking.
just friendship. Nothing else. Not friends with benefits. Not relationship. Just
No,
friends.
no, I'm just trying to ask. What do you mean friends? Like you're talking on chat every day. You call each other. In real life friends. You meet each other.
When we started VTubing, that kind of thing.
So it's like in real life person.
So, not an in real life person. It was someone I met online.
Oh, okay.
But I had known them for 4 years at the time. So this is internet safety, everyone. Do not give people your address.
Yes.
Do not do that. Okay? So I was dumb. I felt safe around this person. You know, sometimes I fell asleep talking to this person. Like, they generally gave me comfy vibes. They said, hey, one day, you know, can I send you a present? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Like, you want to send me a birthday present? That's fine. And gave them my address. So, because I trusted this person and had known them for, like, 4 years, I was like, well, you know what? This person's never done me wrong. Here's my address. You may send me this present. They did send me a present, including a note. And the note, was of the variety of, I want to lock you up in a basement and you'll be my precious family and you won't date anyone else and you'll be with me forever.
Oh my god.
Oh.
After 4 years of being friends?
Yes.
And they didn't show any signs of that before that?
No! Absolutely not! Which completely pulled the hell out of me. I was like,
How?
oh my god. So I showed my chat mods. And I was like, they also sent me a gift, which I'm not going to say what it was because it also is very cringy. So I showed my mods, and I was like, oh my god, what do I do about this? This is completely out of character from this person. I don't know how to do it. So Rin, who I think was actually in the chat earlier, basically was like, hey, full system down, you're just person off. You're not going to tell them why, you're not going to say anything, you're just going to block them on everything and move on. Do not engage with them, do not talk to them if they reach out to you. Just full on stop, because this was not okay. Like, if they were in love with you or something, they should have said something. They should not have sent this to your house and confessed this way in this not so friendly manner that seems kind of threatening.
Mm-hmm.
So, learned my lesson. Never give out my name on the internet. They never contacted me afterwards, after the initial first day or two of me, like, banning, deleting, blocking.
I would assume they expected you to say yes and run in their hands, and when it didn't happen, they probably
Well, the thing was,
I want to hope that they understood what they did, but it's like thinking that someone thought this was okay.
the thing was, at the time, so I'm no longer in a relationship with that person, but I was seeing someone.
They knew that?
And they were friends with my boyfriend at the time. We're not together anymore, but so this is someone that we both trusted, and then that was part of the relationship ending. Was he did not defend me. He thought, there might have been something going on with this other person. And I said, no, this dude's just fucking creep. Like, they seem like such a nice person. I trusted them, And I had known them longer than I had known the boyfriend at the time, or ex-boyfriend now. But,
So
yeah.
you can confirm that it was that person, and it's just so unbelievable.
And in a way, it kind of sucked because I lost 2 people in 1 week. Like, ex-boyfriend and, someone who I considered to be a very, very good friend. But a lesson was learned that, you never know what's going on with people, and don't let people on the internet have your address.
Well, that leaves you with serious trust issues, I would assume.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a little harder for me to let people be closer to me. That's also why I'm like, hey, I have NPC energy. You have to approach me and constantly talk to me. Then I'll talk back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't obviously think that everyone that approaches me is up to no good,
Obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it just shows that not every relationship is platonic. Some of them are parasocial as fuck. Some of them are you never know what people are thinking with ooh, dark side of YouTubing. Yes.
Yeah.
That is very dark side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this person never gave me any indication that this was going on behind the scenes.
This is the big question. Did they change suddenly, or was this always what they thought because they misread you?
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm was everything they said to me was just to keep me around and keep me near, and then they wanted to be creepy and lock me in a basement?
Did they think? Did they assume that this is what you want? This is what they understood from you? It was sudden it was sudden from Celeste and the mod's point of view, but was it sudden from that person's point of view? Maybe from their point of view, it's like this is what was going on in their head this whole time.
It could have been but again, they gave me the mods no indication that they were this. So
I don't know which part is more dangerous. To be
it just
honest.
came out of left field for me. I didn't even talk to this person about, that kind of stuff, if anything, we didn't talk about sexual stuff or anything like that. We were just literally friends, and then boom, opened a can of crazy.
Notice the team in no, she says the locked in the basement because that's not that's the that's the
That's my
hint of what
euphemism
she's
for
doing.
touch grass.
Yep, being locked in a basement.
Yeah.
That's
Like it
why
just it
Celeste.
was
That's why she never played Dungeons and Dragons with me.
Oh,
I would play with you. I'll play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I'm a tsundere more than you now. You gotta invite me.
Yeah. It reminds me of that thing. Yeah, it was completely sudden to me. Like I just had no indications with this person, and like the trust went from like, oh, I would trust you with my life to holy shit, get away from me. But definitely like after that happened, I probably was not as lewd anymore on Twitter because I was like, oh well, is this person associating my tweets with me, the person? Um,
Oh, I
are they
see.
not like do they like think that this is what I want because that's what I post on Twitter? So I
Hmm.
kind of scaled it back on lewd tubing. That's why I'm like comfy lewd now, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like it it was bizarre, absolutely bizarre, Mimic.
In these kind of situations, I assume basically, well, they make your job harder because those people basically tell you how to do your content. You cannot do your content like you want to do it because there's that kind of person out there waiting because they're going to misunderstand what you meant.
Like I think that's generally what the vibe was from this person was they completely misunderstood what was going on. Like I joke about putting leashes and collars on and going for walkies. Like I joke about that too sometimes. So there is some art about that on my Twitter. Um, so I think this person generally thought the things I was posting in the form of like lewd fan art and lewd hentai and stuff on there was what I generally wanted, which is
Mm.
not. But yeah, that's the dark side of lewd tubing I've experienced. Crazy messages and crazy packages coming to my house.
Also, know that some YouTubers experience people buying games for them and then kind of forcing them to play the games with them. Like, here's the gifted game. Now you have to play it with me.
So I don't think that's necessarily just lewd tubers, and I think
yeah,
there's VTubing in general.
that's
Mm.
VTubing in general, because I get that a lot too. Is I'll have people who will buy games and then they will constantly ask me, so when are we gonna play this? When are we gonna play this? Oh, you have a collab opening this day. Do you want to play this game that I got you? Holding it over your head that they got you this game, so now you're obligated to play with them.
And
I think
that
people bought me a game like 3 times, and they always ask me before that if I want to play the game with them.
so this has happened to me a lot. Where people buy me things me to play them with them. Kind of the response I have to it now is I won't accept the Steam game until I talk to them about it.
Oh, I see.
So I'll be like, "Oh, hey, I noticed you gifted me this game. Did you want to play it with me?" And then kind of like open the conversation. And you know, so sometimes I'm just like, "Oh, hey, thank you so much for the gift. Unfortunately, I just don't have time to play it with you." Or other times I'll be like, "Hey, like I noticed we both like this game and you gifted it to me, so let's play it. Do you mind if it's not on stream, or do you mind if we play it, during community time, or, you know, but I've had a few people try and hold it over me that, hey, I bought this, you should come and play, you should do this with me."
Oh. Not
Um,
accepting the gift until you talk is so smart. It's really, really
yeah.
smart.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you could always reject it. You'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
like, a gift should be because you think I like it, not because I'm obligated to spend time with you. So, you know, I always try and talk to them like, what's the expectation behind this? And if they were like, hey, I really want you to play it with me and I'm just not interested in the game, I'll just reject it. But I always say, hey, like, I appreciate it. I don't want you to spend your money on something I'm just not going to use. But, like, I appreciate you wanted to gift this to me. I appreciate you wanted to spend the time with me. Maybe we can find something else that we both want to do.
Hmm.
Because, like, I feel really bad if someone spends $50 on a game for me, and then I'm like, oh, thanks, bye. But, it does sometimes feel like there are people out there that are like, oh, I gifted it to you. Now you must come spend 5 hours with me.
5 hours.
I'm like, bro, that's rent a girlfriend. That's not giving me a gift.
That is rent a girlfriend.
Like that's not what I'm here for. A gift is because it was from the goodness of your heart, not because you expected something.
Hmm. I sometimes wonder if all of these creepy things that we talk about, if it's more in the VTubing scene, or is it the same in streaming that is not VTubing?
I think it's streaming in general. Anywhere that you can find like parasocial
Mm-hmm.
relationships,
Mm-hmm.
or anywhere where you have a viewer celebrity dynamic. Not even that. Maybe even like real celebrities, like let me just pick one out of blue. Like Selena Gomez. People probably send her presents all the time to get her to hang out with her.
I see. Notice it in streaming in general. Because I'm thinking VTubers, you have a cartoon character hiding you, so someone can say whatever they want, and you're not a real person. You're a cartoon. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's your job to be lewd with them or something. While if it's a real stream, it's like a flash tuber, a live action tuber, a face cam. It's like, oh no, that's a real person. I can't just say whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like,
why I
I
think
think it
lewd tubing
happens-
is a bit more common, maybe, in streaming.
Yeah, it probably does happen a lot more because there's that like anonymous factor that some people tend to not
Not take
humanize the
responsibility.
characters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nix, do you have such horror stories?
Not really. I feel like all of my horror stories really has to do with people following me home.
Oh my god. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do I gotta punch someone for you?
Luckily, it's not anything like streaming related. Luckily, but then like at the same time, like it's still scary and creepy that it happens. Because
Yeah, I had some guy like stalk me at a convention one time too.
yeah, because it's
Sorry,
just
go
kind of
ahead.
like-
I didn't mean to.
No,
I
no,
didn't mean
you're
to cut
good.
you off.
You're
Go ahead,
good.
sorry.
Because it's weird because I live out in the middle of nowhere, and so like as soon as like I start seeing like someone following me for more than like 20 miles, I'm just kind of like, I don't need another one of these incidents.
It's terrifying,
'Cause
especially out in the
on-
middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. On 2 instances, well, actually, on one of them, the person actually turned into my driveway, and I just got back into my car and I hid. On another
Oh my
instance, they did like a U-turn because they realized like, oh, I can't keep on following,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just kind of like, okay, no more driving at night.
Oh my gosh. Being a woman's scary, man.
It is.
Not only being a woman in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's like double the fear. There's some countries out there that it's okay to walk outside at night. Nothing will happen to you.
Oh my god. Man,
I
you
can't
talk
even-
about periods so much. Your freaking Twitch ads are for ads.
Oh my gosh.
My what? My Twitch ads are what? For pads?
Twitch is
It's
listening.
your Twitch ad. Maybe you talked
No,
about.
it's listening. It's listening.
Google listens.
Our special pads can absorb any shake, even jiggle physics, even sneezes.
Dude,
Sneezing?
Oh my
it gives
gosh.
me ads
Special
and
pads.
roleplay. It gives me
Protection
ads
against
and
the
RPG.
common cold. Pads for roleplay.
No.
How to slay a dragon? Get those pads. Use berserk, use rage. Nothing will stop the blood.
Oh
Nothing
my
will.
god.
The blood will be held in. Even the blood of the raging half orc will be
Sorry.
contained with
I
those.
just thought it was hilarious that popped up for your ads, and I was like,
Mhm.
no, I've never had one ever on Twitch for this.
Let's go.
I've never had that on
No,
Twitch
but-
either.
Oh my god, I should have screen capped that and been like, why, Mimic?
Full plated pads for your half orcish needs.
Anyways, back to creepiness in America. Yeah, like the most I've had people follow me at conventions because of my cosplays.
Mm.
Like one dude try and grab my butt and follow me into the women's washroom.
What?
Yeah, the first year I cosplayed at a con, I was Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew, and a dude tried to follow me into the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
And like my friend had to be like, no, and tell the convention staff. There's some weird champs out there, man.
There really
That's
are.
something that, yeah, boys, we don't say that. This is like completely invisible, I think. And I think in a way the creeps on streaming represent of that kind of thing that women have to deal with.
Well,
That
I
men
also
just
think like
don't get it.
I also think there's a factor of like people feel that there's a sense of security being behind a keyboard rather than doing it in public. So
Mhm.
they think they're not gonna like get any flack for doing it. That's why they do it, right? Like,
Mhm.
oh, what are they gonna do? Ban me? I can still watch their stream and make those comments, or I can, make a new email and come back and do the same thing.
Yeah. Completely
Right, like-
invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing happens in a cosplay as a man. Really?
Yeah. Ren's been harassed as a man. It's weird. It's fairly weird that people do that. Like in cosplayers, especially, people sexualize cosplayers so hard.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I also think that anime conventions are very sexual and hormonal places.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of horny teenagers in there.
Bro, that's scary. Keep your
Yep.
teenagers.
At home, please.
Yeah, keep your teenagers at home, or attend with them. Like,
You know, last time I was at an anime convention was like last year. It was, I think, 90% children, like 10-year-olds. And I'm thinking to myself,
I mentioned last year too.
what is going on here? And I talked to some parents and like, yeah, there's like a costume convention. No, it's anime conventions. Oh yeah, my kid, they love Attack on Titan and Hero Academia. And oh my god, where have we come down to?
Come down to popular anime.
Now you have
Mhm.
actual kids in those conventions. And creeps, obviously. It's a dangerous combination.
Yeah, definitely is.
Yeah, another side of dark side of VTubing is minors. What do you do with minors in your stream and so on?
So, for myself, I have the warning that says it's 18 plus. So if I find out they're a minor, we
It's immediate
eat
block.
delete them.
Eat
Yeah.
and delete, yeah.
Eat and delete. Because I'm not there to parent your child.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
know,
until
if you're
you-
minor.
As long as you don't know, there's nothing you can do, right?
Yeah, if I don't know you're a minor, I'm not saying that's okay. I'm saying you shouldn't be there. You should be respecting my boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
But your brain isn't developed enough to know that that's wrong. So I can't hold that against you. But yeah, no, I just also like as an adult, it's weird to be like you're a child, go away. Like, I am an adult woman. I don't want to hang out with a child.
I remember a year ago, a few kids from D&D, from one of my older groups, they're like, "Hey, Mimic, we haven't met you in a while. Do you want to hang out?" And they're like 40 now, so I was like, "No." They're like, "Why not? Come on, we didn't meet you." And I told them, because I'm an adult and you're children, and you're not in D&D club anymore. And like, what's wrong with it? What's the problem? And now you gotta start explaining to kids. Now, I just straight up told them, listen, because I'm an adult and you're kids, I'm not allowed to meet you outside of the clubs. These are the rules. That's the law. And they're like, oh man, that's just a stupid law. I'm like, yeah, go to politics, change it. That's the law.
Yep. Because also, like, it's easier to believe a kid, too. Like, because everyone's like, oh, protect them, right? Like, that's why I'm like, oh, we just don't put ourselves in that situation that anything can happen around kids. So it's just easier to not have them around.
I think it comes down to what we talked about at first. That there's the Twitch terms of services, and if we just say, that's the thing, those are the rules. You can't say that thing on stream. You can say those things. That's the master excuse. I think we talked enough about loot tubing. What do you say?
Yeah.
I think we got a good amount of it.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. We got like 20 more minutes. We can skip to the last topic, which is VTuber shows.
Oh.
So you also got a VTuber show, like our podcast. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah. So it's called Tavern Talk. It's a little bit
Wait,
of a
you're
hiatus.
a bit robotic. Can you
now
have to
just
say?
because
She's robotic. You're
house
robotic.
is under
Oh,
construction.
it's okay. It wasn't me the whole entire time. I was just thinking it was my
No,
end.
it's Celeste. It's Celeste. She has constructions, and the internet goes up and down.
Oh.
Richest country in the world, and the internet is shit. Celeste? Celeste!
Come back. We miss you.
Okay,
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back.
better now?
Yes.
I think.
Maybe.
Hello? No?
Hello, Celeste.
Celeste!
We miss you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh no.
Oh no, not again.
Well, she survived for almost 3 hours. That's good.
Yeah.
What do you think about all that? It makes you want to be a YouTuber less or more?
Celeste, are you back?
Celeste?
Hello? Oh no. We lost her again.
Wanna try?
She has worse internet than Nyx. It is possible. It depends on what she streams in. If it's 180 or what do I stream in? 480?
I think she has a good computer. It's just that the internet. She said they have some constructions.
I think after like listening to all of this, it really just makes me glad to be a say-so streamer. Like, yes, I don't get like the same following and the same viewers, but then I have a lot less parasocial relationships and people trying to
manipulate you to sexual relationships.
She streams in 1080. Okay, so she still has better internet than I do because I stream in 480p.
Okay, sorry about that.
Hey, welcome back.
It's literally everyone comes home at this time and jumps on every device and it overloads everything.
That's perfect time because we're about to finish. So again, do you want to tell us about your VTuber show?
Yeah. So I have a show. It's called Tavern Talk. I do it on Tuesdays. I invite 3 to 4 guests to come just chat with me. It's on hiatus right now just because my house is under construction. I had a flood, so we're dealing with that. But yeah, usually we talk about a bunch of different things, much like you guys do here. Usually we talk about what inspired them to become VTubers, their growth and things like that. Connecting people together to, try and see if we can spread some joy and, bridge some communities and, you know, make some new friends.
And how do you get the people for the show?
I usually just cut and paste, send them a message.
I mean, how do you choose the people? Or do you post on
Um,
Twitter? Or do you go to your community?
so I actually go through Twitter. Sometimes I'll put out a post and say, "Hey, who's someone you'd like to see in here?" And then they tag a bunch of people. If not, I go
Oh.
through and like pick a bunch of people and just shoot out some DMs and say, "Hey, do you want to come for this?" But I'll watch their content first. So again, I usually watch a few minutes of content just because I've had an issue in the past with a Nameless Vtuber, their community member said they were breaking TOS on stream, so I had to cancel their appearance. And then that outraged their community because apparently it was a joke. But I was like, hey, if you look at it from my perspective, you've just told me they're doing this TOS not friendly action on stream. I can't bring that to my community. I'm sorry. So, but yeah, now I just check
So you
everyone
spy
out.
on people.
Yep.
It's a smart way.
Elf on the
Usually,
shelf.
when I spy, I usually look for a streamer's collab. I want to see how they act in a collab. They speak over the streamer. If they, I opened a double one. Ignore that. I want to see how they interact with other people. I want to see how they work with other people. If they play together, what kind of games they like. If they only play League of Legends, maybe we have nothing to do.
Bro.
Screening is a must, yeah. Actually, we have a joke here in the podcast that if you want to collab with us, you have to send us a resume. Send a resume to our mods.
And then 3
Of your
references.
streaming.
Oh man, you make some good points still about like not talking over each other and stuff. Like I feel really, really bad when I do. That's why I'm like, no, you go ahead, I talk a lot.
Me too. Actually, last podcast, was it last podcast? I had someone from my community trolling me in chat and constantly telling me, Mimic, you're speaking too much. Mimic, shut up. Mimic, let the others speak. And I do feel like I speak too much. But, sometimes you get a lot of things you want to say.
I feel that.
I think that's okay too, because like I feel like I'm completely fine with like Mimic talking about the whole thing, but when I do put in my inputs, I feel like because I don't say as much, what I do say has a greater effect. If that makes sense.
It's hard. It just has that she spoke. She's passionate about it. Where for me it's I'm used to talking a lot because I'm streaming usually on my own stream and I'm doing my thing and for some reason it's hard to flip off that switch. That I don't have to talk all the time to fill up all the space.
Resume for modding? No, resume for a collab. Or Avocado-chan, yeah, there's a character in the D&D, Avocado-chan. She wanted to collab with them, with the group, and they were like, it's a joke, send resume. So I actually sat down and made a resume for her. And I sent it to the D&D group. And they still said no. They still said no.
That was really funny. But yeah, I guess in regards to making a VTuber show, it's always good to like kind of know what you want to talk about or like what kind of show you want to do, whether it's talking about video games and that sort of stuff.
Which reminds me that our new corner is where the guest sings. So Celeste, you chose a song, right?
No.
No, I'm joking. We're showing
about to
videos,
say-
which reminds me
I was
that
supposed to say what?
we didn't show Nyx's video yet, so let's show Nyx's weekly video. And that's how Nyx and I are forced to keep making clips
I know.
week.
I had to make this one because I was like, I'm running out of clips. I need another clip.
Me too. We're forcing ourselves to make clips. That's very useful. Let me show Nyx's clip.
Watashi wa chisai kinoko desu. Is that how you say it? Is that how you say it? I am a small mushroom. Yeah? I got it right. Okay, so I do remember some Japanese. Watashi wa chisai kinoko desu. I do somewhat remember it. Okay.
Yay!
You are a small mushroom. I believe it.
She learned.
You learned it.
I learned it.
I had a question. I forgot. Oh, well, we got like 10 minutes left, so.
Well, Nick, you had asked me if I would consider LooTubing. Now the question is back to you. Would you consider ever doing LooTubing?
I haven't considered the whole year if I want to be a YouTuber or not, and if I want to be a live action tuber or a VTuber. Right now, I'm staying joking, adult with some sexual content, but definitely not lewd. Well, lewd, but not a YouTuber. I'm not a sex worker. I'm not gonna show porn, and I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go all out and stuff like that. But it's gonna stay probably the same. I might go more hybrid or or flash camera tuber in the future, which I want to do, but I still don't know. I'm so confused. Although I gotta say, every week when we talk about the podcast, talk about stuff. On one end, I want to say that it changes my mind. On the other hand, it kind of reassures me that this is a good path. There's just a lot of things that we're not aware of, and talking about those kind of things, seeing the perspective of the other person, you learn all kind of things. Like talking with Celeste today, we learn more about the dark sides of YouTubing and so on. Things that even if I know them, I don't know to what extent they reach. It's like the stories of being followed home. Until I talked to Nyx, I didn't really know those kind of things. And until I talked to people on Twitter this week, I didn't know that you should never sneeze during a period. It's like you learn this kind of stuff, and you get the perspective of the person who stands on the other side of the fence, and you see that the grass is not necessarily greener. So everybody is suffering from issues, and we should try to be as positive as possible and just conquer the issues together with communication.
That's what it's all about, being kind to everyone, because you never know what everyone else is going through, and you don't want to be the one to add to the hurt out there. Too much evil, let's not spread some more evil.
I got a story.
Yeah.
When I was I was doing D&D in real life with the children, and I was supposed to go from one school to another. I was in Harry, and I go outside to my car, and my car is parking in this very small parking area, and I start the car, I wink to the left, I'm about to go, I turn my wheel, and that instant, a woman driver is just stopping her car right in front of my car, not half, just in front of my car, blocking me completely from leaving. And I was shocked. Like, what the hell is going on? And I did this kind of gesture with my hand, like a waving gesture, like, "Can you move, please?" And she's getting out of her car, and she kind of stretches and looks around, and I'm like, "Can you move, please?" And I'm honking, and then she turns around, and she's like pregnant 9 months, and I open my window, and she's like, "Excuse me, maybe something happened to me," and she's like in excruciating pain. And I'm like, oh shit. What if she gives birth right now? And after like a few moments of taking air, she got in the car and drove away. But I still think how, from my point of view, that look like she's just an asshole, who's just didn't see that I'm in a car here, and she blocks a park area or a place that clearly she cannot stop, and she just goes out having a stretch. But no, she wasn't. She was pregnant. It was very weird. It was very weird situation. But it just taught me that sometimes we're quick to judge other people when we don't see their point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like another like one that's overused for like that as an example is like when people drive away with the gas hose still in their car and they rip it off the thing and people follow them to tell them they did that.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And they're like, yeah, have you ever seen that?
No.
So there's like it's like a trope where people accidentally drive away with the gas handle, and then it's always like a woman in the front car who's being followed by a guy who wants to tell her she broke the hose, and then she gets like freaked out and calls the cops. I've seen it in like a bunch of shows and movies, and then she's like, "Stop following me!" And he's just like, "But you, the hose, the hose." He's just trying to help her out and say her gas cap's off and stuff too. It's just misinterpreting people sometimes.
I think it's one, misinterpreting, and then two, being, I don't want to, it's really just being self-centered, thinking everything is about you.
Oh.
Wow. Well, 3 hours in, we're talking about so many things. I think it's time for our weekly goals.
Oh,
So,
what would the
Celeste.
goals be this week?
Yeah. We talked about the goals at the start of the show. It's been 3 hours, so you don't remember. But Celeste, every week we kind of choose a goal each. It's like a small thing that you want to do to improve, related to what we talked about. So,
Actually, based on your guys' conversation at the start, I want to try switching up some of my lower tags that aren't like getting the engagement and seeing if that
okay, your goal is
Our last
to
goal.
try
so
try with the
switch
yeah.
tags.
Because
Okay,
like
here's
I
a-
have elf tagged and there's one impression, so
Here's my tip:
Sorry, go
write down your tags, because I made the wrong thing, and I did not write down my tags, and now I don't remember what my old tags were.
I'll
But when I
screenshot
go
them.
to this, when I go to Discovery right now, it shows me some of my old tags, the successful ones.
Does it?
Yeah, it shows me Jewish in Israel, which I removed them. It's still there in like 300 impressions.
Oh, none of my
So
old tags are there.
Maybe they weren't good enough.
Maybe. Maybe.
So Celeste, your goal is to change your tags, the tags that are not doing well.
Yeah,
and try
yeah,
them?
I want to shut up and see if it does anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a few that are underperforming compared to the top performers, so
What about
So,
you,
yeah.
Nix?
Based off of today's, I don't know what else I could. What I could do for a goal.
Let's see. We talked about girl versus boy tubers. Talked about collabs and solo. We talked about loot tubing, dark side of loot tubing. We talked about making a VTuber show. Well, we mostly talked about loot tubing and girls versus boys. We talked about period.
Oh, you know what? I need to start working on Nox. I have Nox halfway done, but he's not done yet.
What is it? Nox?
The male version of Nyx.
Oh, your male version, right? So work on Nox. That's your goal.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one. Hmm. I wanted to reach out to a big VTuber for a while to come for our podcast, to come here.
Oh.
I started with saying that Celeste is one of the only VTubers that I reached out who was bigger than me. The reason is that I'm afraid that people will say, "Oh no, he's a small streamer, like go away." but I wanna do it. So reach out to a big VTuber.
Mimic,
Yes.
100% of the shots you don't take. So take the shot, is what I'm saying. Shoot your shot and see what happens.
You miss all the
Take
shots
the
that you don't take.
You miss all the shots you don't take. That is true.
Yep.
That is true.
Shoot your shot.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. That's our
Just
weekly goals.
Do it!
Just do it. Gonna post them on the Discord so we can look at them next week and see if we did them or not. And next week we're gonna be on Nyx's channel, right?
Yeah, so next week on my channel, same time as today. Wednesday at 1 p.m.
GMT.
6 p.m. What?
6 p.m. GMT, 1 p.m. CST,
Yes, I believe
2
so.
p.m. EST, 9 p.m. EEST, which is not EST. That's EEST. It's very different.
Yes,
like a 10-hour
those are all correct.
And
I need to go get a
Celeste,
guest.
what are you up to? What's your plans? What's your next stream?
So I stream tomorrow. I'm streaming Kingdom Hearts.
Which one?
Ooh.
The first one. I've never beaten it, so we're playing through it. We're playing through with Byakuro Akuma, who is basically my walkthrough guide if I get lost.
Oh, that's good. That's how I did Bed Mojo with a lot of VTubers.
Yeah.
Which
get
surprisingly I
lost
didn't
a lot.
play with you, Celeste. How are you with cockroaches?
Cockroaches don't bug me.
This is why I didn't play with you, because you're not afraid of them.
Yeah.
I called it cute the
There's
whole
one-
time.
One last thing I want to say, Mimic.
You can say as many things as you want.
The vote for the big booba, small booba.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at it.
You're
What's it at?
correct. Let's go. 51 votes, 66% for big booba, 33% for small booba, which shows that Celeste community, they're
Like
very, they listen to Celeste.
They do.
Because before she told them it was small booba.
Mm-hmm.
Gremlin noises. Ha! Titties.
But I think it just shows us that people have expectations. Maybe people expect that small booba is gonna be less lewd, and big booba is just gonna be like, focusing on lewdness and so on.
Maybe.
But I love how people like Celeste can make LootTubing fun and funny and comedic in nature, which is a great thing, and we definitely need more streamers like you.
Sweet. Thank you.
So, it is time for a raid. And we are going to raid Valdis. Used to be here
Ooh.
before. We got Valdis. She just started streaming 7 minutes ago. So that's perfect time to raid her. And I almost wrote raid Valdis in her chat. So that would be wrong. I didn't say what I'm doing. Tomorrow is Thursday, right? Right. Tomorrow I'm going to, since I'm healthy. I healed. Tomorrow I'm going to stream on. Oh, I got a raid command. Thank you. Tomorrow I'm going to stream Path of Exile with Arrow. We're gonna do first time for both of us. But before that, during the day, I might stream. There's a new game that came out on Xbox Game Pass, Sea of Stars. I want to try,
Ooh.
and we might try this one. Until then, I'm gonna give some love to Valdis. Also, everyone, please check out our new Discord community, Vtuber Wizardry. We can also meet Celeste, and we have the NVP Nameless Vtuber Podcast channel in there. We can write your opinion on today's show. Tell us what was
I'm
your
in
favorite
there.
part, your least favorite part. You can say hi. You can say hi to Celeste. Hi, Celeste. Give her marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
Yo, marshmallows, feed me.
Feed her. She's
Have you
different
ever
than
done
feed me. Don't feed her. Feed her.
Have you ever done the Chubby Bunny challenge?
Yes.
What is that?
Mimic needs to do it on stream with the camera.
Send me.
Stuff marshmallows in your mouth.
What is that?
How
3
many
marshmallows. How many?
How many
many
large
mushrooms?
mushrooms can you put in your mouth at once?
Wait, then you gotta do it with mushrooms. How many mushrooms can you put in your mouth at once?
But mushrooms will break down easily. Marshmallows don't.
Mm. Also, just thought you can get the small, really small mushrooms. Then you can chunk a lot of them. What are they called? The mushrooms that are a lot of strings and they connected in one
Enoki?
patch of soil. Yes, enoki.
Oh my god.
Let's get 100 in there.
You're making me hungry.
We're gonna get mushrooms, everyone. Thank you so much. Let's give some love to Valdis, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Nice. We got a raid.